where the turf meets the surf down at old DMR. Take a plane, take a train, or your broke down car. Frank and Ciaran are broadcasting near and far, while Mark Gelding's drinking at the paddock bar. Oh, the low takeout pick 3 makes us look mighty smart, with the high minimum doubles that pull at our heart. Just get to the windows and bet the high stakes. We're risking it all for the profit it makes. Those low takeout rules keep our pockets well lined on the top wagering show that you ever will find. So cash in your ticket, let's take home the dough, where the turf meets the surf. May your high prices flow.
Let's try that again with the mic on this time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special Friday edition of Double Trouble Live. This is the trouble before the real trouble tomorrow. We're doing a Friday show in honor of the Pacific Classic tomorrow and the fantastic card. My name is Frank Ciaran. Welcome, DTL Crew. Welcome, new members. We will be doing our regular programming after we talk a little bit about the Saturday big races, particularly the Pacific Classic. $3 low takeout, late pick 3, $5 low takeout double. Of course, I will get to everyone's comments in a minute. I just got a little video message from our friend Mark Gelding. He has a little bit of a fun little montage that he just sent me. Check this out, guys.
Welcome to the 1865 Club. Whoa, look at them faint. It's the charm.
Can we have your autograph?
The double of Double Trouble Live is here. Ugh, it was all a dream.
That's right. Ciaran is actually in Saratoga, but fear not. Look who's joining us. Sitting on a bench outside the track. I don't think they let him in today, but welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Gambling Officer, my man Ciaran Thornton. Apologies if there's a little tech issues. We have this lag issue every time we start the show with StreamYard. I promise you it will get better, but welcome our man, Ciaran Thornton. Ciaran.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me? How's it sound?
We can hear you perfectly fine.
You see, it wasn't a dream. They just wouldn't let me in, Frank, and I actually got the number wrong. It's the 1863 Club, so they're like, you can't even get the name right. You're not coming in. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sitting out here. They wouldn't even let me in the track. I'm actually at the entrance. It's as far as they let me come.
We all know Ciaran likes to brag and drop and name drop and whatnot. So for the last month, all he's been doing is talking about how he's got the special hookups in the 1865 Club. So last night I Google it, and AI's like, sorry, there's no such thing as the 1865 Club at Saratoga. Do you mean the 1863 Club?
Perhaps, yes.
Or 19? I don't even know anymore. What is it?
It's actually a really cool spot, I got to say. You get to go everywhere. I actually have to pivot. I think I updated my bet, but the bet I sent out to everyone today, I already have a pivot because I got to go in the winner's circle at Saratoga. We got to go into the paddock. Our guy, Starry Night Racing and Kent Sweezy had the winner in the 4th, and they actually have a horse to start off today. They got a Peter Miller horse here, and yeah, they're on a little bit of a winning streak, and it's a 1-week turnaround. They claimed it, and they're racing it right back, and they feel really good about it. So my pivot is going to be adding the 7 on my tickets out of this first leg. So
yeah, shout out to Starry Night. They race coast to coast. They support California racing. Last year, they brought out a little bit of a string with Kent Sweezy.
Yep.
He's not here this year, but he has horses with Peter Miller, and they are always well intended. I agree with you. That horse was actually one of my A's, so I don't need to pivot. But that's race 7. It is early on the card. We're not even up to race 5 yet, because the whole point of doing this was to have a little Pacific Classic preview party. We will not be doing a show tomorrow, but of course, if you're subscribers and get our newsletter, you will have access to all of our analysis and our suggested wagers for tomorrow's Pacific Classic races. But Ciaran and I wanted to get on early and honor the big day and actually talk about it. I know we always joke around that, what good is a handicapping show on Tuesday when you don't know the track conditions on a Saturday? We're not necessarily Tuesday, but we're still a day before. But I think it's really important to have some kind of game plan going into tomorrow. I already looked at the late pick 3. I love it. The quality of racing is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
But I think we should probably just start with the big one. Let's get – and we have time. I mean, we could go horse by horse and give our comments. So this is a really, really good race, the Pacific Classic. It's $1 million.
And my first comment, like when I was going through, I picked my horses. I actually went through it without knowing the odds, but kind of had an idea of who the favorites would be. But the key takeaway for me was Pratt didn't bother to come out. I mean, he's riding almost every race at Saratoga tomorrow, but I can't remember a year where Pratt did not come out to and he's got a couple of horses in the big race that he'd ridden previously. And I actually really, I was almost going to make number 11 Knightsbridge an A, but for the last 2 days, hanging out in the 1863 club and talking to a lot of the horse guys, a lot of them do not believe the figure. Like, they're taking the kind of stance where I don't believe the figure. If I'm incorrect, I'm going to lose, but they're taking a stand against it. I'm probably going to single it on a ticket, but I thought that the big race tomorrow, I thought it's probably the most open I've seen it. I think we're going to get a price tomorrow. If it's not Knightsbridge, it's going to be a crazy price, I think.
Well, shout out to the racing office. I mean, we have a big full field. We have a filly in Almond Joy running. We have a 3-year-old Japanese horse in Finger coming here. We've got a bunch of East Coast shippers. I can't remember a year where the field was this deep. And, purse money means a lot. You make the race $1 million, people are going to show up. So
I think it's also because we don't have a monster in here. Everyone has a legit chance in here. A lot of years, you see all the nominations, and then it comes to draw it, and there's like 7, 8, because a lot of people are like, I'm not going out. What's the point?
Yeah, because Baffert or Sadler usually have a monster. So, but let me ask you this. I think we could probably agree. There figures to be a lot of pace on paper, right? A lot of these horses are early presser types. Sappy Joseph has 2 in here, and he already said Fort Steele is going to go.
Like, they all have to go. Like, if you look at the PPs for a lot of these horses, sometimes we see horses that go and you go, well, maybe the jockey will, chill and stalk. But if you look at these horses, many of them, they actually have to go to the lead because when they don't, they just underperform. So we're going to have so much pace in here that I love Almond Joy in this race. I thought it set up perfectly for Almond Joy.
It's a filly, right? That's a filly versus the boys.
I know. I don't care. I think the race flow just sets up perfectly for the closing style. And like they say, shortest
with that, but
shortest distance around but shortest distance around the track. Loves the beach. 5 races here, 2 firsts, a second, 2 thirds. You're getting 20 to 1.
Very good to you. You've made a lot of money on this horse.
And I mean, I thought, like we said, I thought the pace was perfect, and it was a good price. I ended up spreading more. I mean, when I initially went through here, I ranked at 11 Knightsbridge, but then I said, Knightsbridge, do we believe those pace figures last time? Like, it was monstrous numbers. One, has 1 4 of 6. Last one, Pratt was on, didn't bother to come out. I mean, this is 100K would be what he'd get, if it's really It reminds me of Formidable Man, where Pratt didn't bother coming out,
Yeah.
for that race. And I'm
Well,
thinking,
Ciaran, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I meant to say this before and we got sidetracked. So let me interject right now. I had the same exact thought, to the point where I actually looked at the Saratoga card and said, who is Pratt staying there for? And I looked at the Alabama, and yeah, his horse has a big shot in the Alabama, but that's a $600,000 purse. This is a $1 million race. So
and
I had the same thought as you.
He's got some live mounts tomorrow, but they're not all the same. Like if he goes on a tear tomorrow and wins half of his mounts tomorrow, it's still not going to add up to what he would win riding Knightsbridge. So It was very, and he also rode another one in here as well that I thought had a big chance. So I was like, well, I usually read into that, and I think it's the first year. I'm probably wrong, and maybe the DTL crew will jump in, but I cannot remember a year where he did not come out for this. And I think also this is pushed up a week early, right? Usually it's a week later, correct?
Yes. But here's the thing, though, and this might be the case. I don't know. But if you look at Knightsbridge, Junior Alvarado rode this horse a zillion times. Maybe he couldn't go to Monmouth that day. So Pratt said, I'll go to Monmouth and ride the horse. But the mount was always meant to be Junior Alvarado's. So maybe that's the only thing I could think of as to why Pratt isn't on. It's Junior's horse. Pratt did Solid, went to Monmouth, won the race. Now Junior's getting back on. That's the only thing I can think of. And look, I don't know. I don't know why anyone would believe that figure. It's a 5-horse field at Monmouth, and the horse had an easy lead through slow fractions and dominated. Okay. Yep. Not a 122. I'm telling you right now, there's no way that's a 122 speed figure. And that's okay. The horse doesn't have to run a 122. The horse is fast enough, has run 112, 105, 104, definitely fast enough. But two things stand out to me. One, he's never been beyond a mile and an eighth. That was his first try going beyond a mile. So a mile and a quarter is a question mark. Now, I trust Bill Mott. He knows how to get the stamina out of the horses. But that's a question mark on a horse who's probably going to be 6, 7, 5, maybe. Going to take a lot of money off that last fig. And the other thing is, I don't necessarily think this horse needs the lead, but Alvarado is going to have to go the whole length of the stretch to try and get over. So even if the horse doesn't need the lead and is going to stalk, he still has to get position, and that might expend some of his energy. So while I think the horse is a contender, I don't think he's a cinch at 5-2 or even less.
And I mean, my second choice in here was Navajo Warrior.
Mine too.
3 in a row, 4 of 6. All 4 wins were under a different jockey. And I've said this before, at this class level, when you see a horse like this win under, like Go Phoenix, that's class of class. Like, it's just don't screw up the ride.
Doesn't matter who's on the back. It's the horse.
just give the horse the ride he wants. But then that horse is also one that needs the lead. So I don't think Knightsbridge is going to get over, because the 9's going to be trying to get over too. So they're all going to be stuck out there. And I thought the inside is going to be really good, really good.
Well, yeah, let me go back to Navajo Warrior. But first, DTL Crew, if you have any comments about the Pacific Classic, please put them in the chat. We can get to them. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I see Pepe Alonso has a very good comment about Knightsbridge. So let me get to that first, Ciaran, before we move on to Navajo Warrior. Frank, you are absolutely right. Pratt is not coming out to ride Knightsbridge because he is Alvarado's horse. Alvarado did not ride him last time at Monmouth because he was riding, I guess, committed to a mod horse at Saratoga. So whatever deal was worked out, fine. But you'd have to think, if that horse put up a 122, Pratt's agent would be on bended knee saying he wants the mount back in the Pacific Classic.
But look at number 2, Forged Steel for Safi. Pratt rode the last 2. And that's another one he couldn't be bothered to show up on. So Pratt had maybe he didn't get Knightsbridge, but he could have had his choice of Forged Steel at 5-1 and still didn't bother coming out,
Yeah. I don't really like Forged Steel in this spot. And Safi Joseph already said that he's going to just send the horse. No way that horse is going to win the battle and the war, in my opinion. But his other horse, Ciaran, that you mentioned, Navajo Warrior. If you look at the last 2 running lines, you say, this is another horse who's going to get caught up in a speed battle. No.
Yes.
Look at this horse. This horse can do everything. He came from he won a race 7 lengths off the pace in 7th and closed. He's won stalking. The only reason he was on the lead in those races is because he was just better than everybody. He made the lead and never looked back. So I think Navajo Warrior is going to get a perfect stalking trip behind a couple of the speed horses. And when it comes time to start to move around the turn, we know that canopy move, swing wide and then tip out and level into the stretch has been golden at Del Mar. So I think Navajo Warrior gets the best trip of the bunch. I don't think your Almond Joy is good enough to beat these. If she wins, it'll be a phenomenal story, and I will be thrilled for Aggie. We love Aggie on the show. She does a fantastic job, and I give her a lot of credit for taking on the boys here. And to your point, Ciaran, it's not the strongest PAC classic. There's a lot of really good horses, but there's no flight line. There's no game on dude, whatever it is. So I don't blame her for taking a shot. But I think Navajo Warrior is the absolute sneaky one in here, and I like that Husbands does come out to ride. I'm with you. I'm 11-9. I have a couple of more to talk about, but you keep going.
I went 11-9-1, and then we already talked about the 2, but then I threw in 3 and 6. We got Finger, the 8-1 Japanese horse. We don't have a whole lot of info to go at, but it's a gun runner horse, and as I said, I'm on the opinion the Japanese are going to own dirt racing in the coming years. Their breeding programs are phenomenal. I think we're going to start seeing all the work they've done, the last 5 years starting to come to fruition the next few years. So I thought you couldn't toss that one. And then I like Original Sin. If you don't like the top choices, JJ for Walsh. I thought it has the right stalking type ability for this race, and toss JJ at your detriment, so.
The only, I'll comment on both of those two. The only race replay I could find for Finger was that Tokyo Derby. And I don't really know how much to read into it. He made the lead, was never challenged at all. One horse came from the clouds. Only one horse made up any ground in the stretch. And this horse had a big enough lead to hold on. He's a 3-year-old facing elders for the first time. I agree with everything you said about the Japanese horses, their breeding program, the way they train, the success they've already had at Del Mar in the Breeders' Cup.
Yep.
I mean, they've won a bunch of races. They had Forever Young win, the Classic last year. They had a bunch of other horses win, Marsh Lorraine, and very competitive. They've been competitive in the Derby the last couple of years. They know what to do. I just don't know if this horse at this point in his career, A, is good enough, and B, is going to be able to wire the field or duel going 1.25 miles against American dirt horses. So that would be my knock on that. But to your point, I think the Japanese dirt program, their whole program, Japan and Hong Kong are the best, right? So it would be another cool story if that horse won. And then Original Sin, I just don't think is good enough. I'm willing to forgive that last race from that outside post. I just don't think he's good enough.
Well, I thought the same, but I just thought you toss JJ at your detriment. I just thought if all of these other horses ended up getting in a crazy speed duel, JJ will be smart.
What's special about JJ?
He'll just stall.
He's not even the leading rider.
Well,
what
yes.
makes him so special? I think you mean toss Rosario at your detriment.
No comment.
Did you see JJ was in England? He won on a Western Board horse. And he's trying to get back, take a flight back so he can make it for tomorrow. He had to take a helicopter to the airport right after the races.
So that's another thing. Like, he's rushing back. Why not stay there? So he's thinking he's going to get some paychecks here at Del Mar tomorrow as well and this weekend. So
yeah, look, I mean, I have a lot of respect for what he just did. You know, he gave up a lot of mounts today at Del Mar that could have been winners. And I love that kind of commitment and dedication. And you know what that tells me? And we've seen this a lot with our jockeys out here. At some point, if you want to be on the national stage and get the biggest mounts, you have to go back east. We saw it with Rosario. We saw it with Pratt. And now I think we're seeing it with JJ. So for him to ride for Wesley Ward and make a commitment to go to the UK and ride one of his horses and give up business here, that tells me that at some point, I think JJ might be making a move. This is pure speculation on my part. But if you want a Derby horse, if you want a Breeders' Cup Classic horse, you got to dance with the big boys, right?
Yep. It's part of the business.
Part of the business. All right. Before we move on, Navajo Warrior for the win. Nice tippy. Welcome. Amanjoy has done well for me. Want to believe Ciaran. Yeah. Oh, look. I mean, if Amanjoy wins, it would just be fantastic. I just don't think. Look, you could get the most perfect pace setup in a race and just not be good enough. I mean, it's just the way it is. But yeah, she's been nothing but great to Ciaran. Good to you, Tippy. We love Aggie. We had Vodka, like made us a lot of money on the show. Hey, Kelly, welcome. Kelly, tell us who you like in the Pacific Classic tomorrow.
Well, look at the next comment. Scroll down. You'll see who commented next.
Okay.
Oh, here, I'll put it up for you.
Yeah, put it up. If you have access, go ahead. Oh, Sophia, I didn't know that. Well, let me go back.
Yeah,
welcome,
I did not know
Sophia and Seraphine.
Yep. I did not know that either.
Oh, it must have been very early in the career, right? It was trained by Yakteen. Maybe it was out here. I don't have lifetime PPs, but I can certainly pull them up while we're talking. What do you think of Navajo? Are you guys rooting for Navajo? Do you have any thoughts about how he might perform tomorrow? Ciaran and I both like the horse. We don't think the horse
and I especially like the price. I don't think we're going to get that morning line. I think it's going to be the second choice, honestly. I thought 9-1, 8-1. I think we're probably getting 4-1 maybe is what I think on that.
Maybe not 8, but I don't think the horse will be second choice. Don't you think like maybe the Brad Cox or
maybe.
Well, let's keep talking about some of the other horses while I look up Navajo Warriors lifetime PPs. Why don't you talk about the Brad Cox hit show? Won the Dubai World Cup back in 2025. Has won some big races. Came out here once and kind of flopped. Looks like the horse is cycling up to a big race. I've never been a big fan. I respect the horse, but it's never really wowed me.
And I didn't even do notes on it, to be honest. I looked at it. I was like, no, pass.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Back in October 2024 at Del Mar, Seraphine rode Navajo Warrior twice, finished second by a nose in a maiden claimer for 20, then bumped up to maiden 35 and got the W. Crushed. Wow, that is fantastic. And then Yakteen won a starter on turf, and then the barn switch, and then everything changed. So, wow, that is fantastic. Great job, Seraphine. And Sophia, we can't thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Really, really appreciate you guys participating. And we are absolutely going to have both you and Seraphine on the show probably after next week, because we have another big weekend coming up with Saratoga and whatnot. But when we have a show where we can spend a little time with you guys, absolutely. That is so cool, Ciaran.
That's another upgrade in I'm definitely glad I made it second choice.
Yeah, I love it's fantastic. Isn't that interesting though? You got a horse who was running in maiden 20s, maiden 35s, and then this just goes to show you, like, horses get really, really good towards the end of their 4-year-old season, and then when they turn 5. And then you start to see what they're really capable of doing. And that's one of the things that's so disappointing about American racing. Everyone is so quick to
off to the breeding shed.
Retire their horses and go right to the breeding shed.
And that's why we're getting, the numbers are just getting smaller and smaller, because the horses that are coming out, we have 250K breeding rights for a horse that won 3 or 4 races, and that's it. And then we see many other progeny come out, and they're like, they suck. It's no other word. They suck.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what they're really capable of doing. Maybe just because they were precocious, won a bunch of prestigious races when they were young, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be good stallions. Sophia, I love being here. We both are here. Shout out Seraphin Carmona and Sophia. Thank you so much, guys. This is just so cool. I wish I had the video handy. when Seraphin recorded a nice birthday.
Yeah, whatever.
And punked
Next.
you when we had Baltic Fire at 57. So,
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
oh man, that will forever remain my favorite Del Mar memory. All right. Any other horses you want to talk about there? DTL Crew, got any opinions?
That was that was it. I mean, I think you could find reasons for everyone in here, depending on how you handicap it. I think we'll get a better idea when we're looking at the probables into this race, because we've got a monster race before, the Del Mar Oaks right before. So
Before
we'll get some.
Move on to that, Ciaran, because I just want to tell you, my A's are the 11 and the 9, who we talked about. I am going to use the 7, even though I told you the horse has never really wowed me. I just think that horse is going to get a really good trip. That's Hit Show. And then
Different jockey. I agree. I mean, the horse hasn't won in years. And Giroux just hasn't done well. I'm probably going to talk him into the winner's circle tomorrow, but he's just not done well out here.
He hasn't. But I think this horse's style suits him very well. I don't love the horse, but I wanted to spread there because, to your point, you can make cases for a lot of them, and I don't trust them. What about the 10 Full Serrano?
I looked and I looked and I was like, I don't know. And then I looked more. I've bet it so many times and it's always almost there. And
yeah,
I don't know, but Rosario's hot and maybe, and Sadler's hot. So you got a nice maintenance 6 furlong work coming in. Actually, a couple, like they put the stamina into this horse, but it's the first race since Oaklawn in March, and
the horse has had feet problems. That's why. So
yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I would not be shocked and it would blow up my ticket, but it's not enough. I don't have enough of a reason to use it. But it might change.
I use the horse because I got burned by this horse in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and if this horse won tomorrow, it would devastate me. So I am using the horse. I don't know. I think the horse is going to be too close to a fast pace. Probably wants no part of this distance. Who knows if the feet issues are sorted out? You know what I mean? The only thing to really recommend is that Sadler knows how to win this race. He's won it several times. And, Sadler and Rosario are a combination that you at least have to pay attention to.
And the other thing, too, if you look at the workouts here starting in July, Frank, 58 seconds, 47 seconds, 59 seconds, and then the last 2 drills were the 6 furlong maintenance, put some
get the bottom,
open the lungs out, you know what I mean, type of thing. I'm not opposed, and I have my bets out there, but one of the caveats I'm going to have, I'm really going to be paying attention to the previous race come tomorrow. Like, I'm going to have my bets out there, but this is definitely going to be a race where I might pivot on a bet if I see like this horse or Hit Show getting some money, on the will pays. So I'm not using him in my ticket right now, but it doesn't mean I won't pivot tomorrow. If I see that they're getting some sneaky money, I'll absolutely throw them in, because I think it could pay really good tomorrow, the pick 3.
This is the middle leg of the late pick 3, but it also the start of the late double. So to your point, Ciaran, you may not use this horse in the pick 3, but it might be a horse you use to start your double. Race 5 is going to go off in a minute, but and then we're going to have to get serious because that's when the pick 3 starts. But real quick, let's just talk about the other 2 races that bookend, because they're also excellent graded stakes races. We don't have to go into as much detail, but let's go back to the start of the late pick 3. That is race 9. It is the Del Mar Oaks. Believe it or not, folks, the Del Mar Oaks is the only grade 1 turf race run at Del Mar during the summer, which is unfathomable to me. Anyway, 9 furlongs for 3-year-old fillies. Go ahead, Ciaran.
No, I was saying I was shocked that that's the only one. Like, you think there's another one coming, then you look and you're like, that's the only one of this class. It's
a bunch of them got downgraded. That's the problem, and they really need to revisit that. But anyway, I love this race every year. It is a fantastic race. Again, the racing office did a phenomenal job. We have a bunch of imports you got a couple from the East Coast. You got a Joseph O'Brien horse coming here and running right off the boat. Ran in Ireland, but is a Great Britain bred. So I know you like your Irish breds. We'll see what you think about that. But who are your top picks in here?
I went 9-3-6-7, and let me just read what I said about the 9 Kensington Lane. And you don't see me say this too often. Rosario for Phil won the Belmont. This is one of those rare Irish imports that raced right after getting off the boat and exudes class. And I thought if I was only allowed to bet one horse,
Sure.
Kensington is the horse. And when I'm deciding on the pick 3, if I'm going to pivot tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at who Kensington's being bet into in the next race. You know, if, like Full Serrano or someone else that I'm not using is getting some money. That would be the reason off of this horse that I would upgrade more horses in the next race.
Yeah. If that horse is 3-1, I'll eat my hat. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean,
the horse is grade 1 for Group 1 form overseas, comes off the boat and absolutely demolishes a very, very nice Belmont Oaks field. And look, we know what D'Amato does with these types of imports. They just get better and better under his tutelage.
I mean, it's his race. He's got 2 others in here. I actually will say, like, I'm using the other 2. I'm giving the edge to Inbox. And you know, Frank, because I sent the workout. And you know, on the show, if you've watched, one of the angles we've used this year is which fillies does Phil throw up against Gold Phoenix in the workouts? And the last workout was Inbox and Peanut Butter Bomb. Fresher's gotten kind of cold for Phil. Barrios is on fire for Phil. I gave the edge to Inbox. I know there's been a lot of chatter around the barn about that one. That's my sneaky price horse in there is Inbox. But I can't toss. Like, I've seen some of these races at Del Mar where Phil's run 1, 2, 3 when he's had 3 horses in. So I'm going to have a ticket where I'm using them all. And then, of course, I'm using the shipper Tam Tam, you know, coming in from Churchill. But I really thought if you were forced to single in the leg, the Rosario horse is the single.
I agree. That's going to be a single on a lot of people's ticket, and rightfully so. I agree with you on your other horses, Ciaran, that you mentioned, but I have them as Bs. If I'm going to use, a lot of my action is going to start with the 9, but I have 2 other A's in here that I'll just mention, and you can read all about it in the Matrix if you subscribe to our website at markgelding.com. I think you have to use the number 4 Green Carrera, the import for Joseph O'Brien. All they do is
no way.
race.
Nope, not using that. He's 0 for everything.
Who?
Let him beat me. Joseph O'Brien.
What do you mean 0 for everything?
Like his stats here, that's the one where I bought horses off. I'll never buy anything off that or bet that guy again.
Okay, I choose to disagree with that because anyone related to Aidan O'Brien is okay in my book, including Donica, who has the Kensington, and Joseph. And also, this is Rancho Temescal. That's what they do. They look for quality horses overseas and campaign them here. And then the other one is Rating Party. I think Rating Party is a really, really nice filly. I don't know if she'll be able to beat Kensington Lane, but she ran an excellent San Clemente with a lot of traffic and a lot of trip trouble. And she came home so fast. And I just think she's going to excel going longer. But you got a tough post. You got a tough horse inside of her. Most of my action through the 9 and then the 4 and the 10. And then let's move on to the last race, Ciaran, because it is another fantastic race. It's the Grade 2 Del Mar Mile. And
if I was
I like a couple of prices in here.
my top pick is Cabo Spirit. I mean, if almost beat Gold Phoenix in the last race of the Eddie Reed, just caught on the line. You know, I think probably going to do the same.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not saying much. I mean, it's just Gold Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, shortens up a little, which will be great, and it's going to be the same. Pop the gates, go to the front, come catch me, hold on. And then my second choice, I kind of went back and forth. I like Detain with JJ riding, 3rd off the layoff, and then number 12.
I like Detain also. That's my sneaky one.
Number 12, El Patente. I mean, Barrios, the horse loves the distance. I thought it was a tough post, but I thought this horse could own this group. But we'll see. I mean, the post is doing the horse.
I disagreed. I like El Patente. I think he's a cool horse. I don't know. I don't know. I like others better. What I'm 9. Wait, hold on. I'm 9-3-5. You don't have King of Gosford?
No, I looked, and maybe I'll change on the double, or maybe when I look at it again in the morning, I might change my mind. But I think I almost came in saying, you know what, I'm just going to single Cabo Spirit, but then I threw the other two in. So if that means anything.
Yeah, I love Cabo Spirit. He is such a cool horse. $1.4 million, 7-year-old, 43 starts. He ran his eyeballs out last time, and no shame losing by a nose to Gold Phoenix. I mean, that is just crazy. And he beat Formidable Man. Like, he beat Formidable Man, who loves Del Mar and is a grade 1 winner. So this horse is awesome. I think there's enough speed in here to make things very difficult for him, El Potente, and a couple of others. So I wanted horses from off the pace. I think King of Gosford could be anywhere. He's that versatile. But I thought the best closers in my mind were Artislas the 3 and King of Gosford the 9. I'm sorry, Artislas the 3 and Detain the 5. And let me tell you about Detain, Ciaran, because people might shy away from that horse because he has not faced graded competition here, right? Let me look real quick. He faced graded competition overseas, and I think it was Brad Free had an article about this race, and Michael McCarthy is on record saying that this is a grade 1 caliber horse, and he believes that. Right. And Michael McCarthy does not say that stuff lightly. Whether or not this is the graded stakes this horse wins, but he thinks this horse is that good.
And him and JJ are 30%, so you can't discount that at all as well. I actually have a price for you guys. For those who play the pick 5, I've got a horse in race 7. Arrakis is back to the races tomorrow, Frank. We got Umberto riding us. Should get 15 to 1. A price to start the pick 5 tomorrow. Well, the wife's going to the track, so she's pretty good luck.
Oh, good. You know what? Because Terry was actually going to reach out to her because obviously we're going to be there, for the tournament and whatnot, and it's the big day. Maybe they could get together and bring some good luck.
I got to tell her she's got to shake. You know how I never shook the jockey's hand, and I started shaking it after Kentucky? So I told the guys today, story night, I was like, I'm going to shake your jockey's hand. Bring you guys. So it's 3 in a row now when I shake the hand, Frank.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, Arrakis big jockey change, so and stretching out to 2 turns, so it'll be very interesting to see how the horse runs.
And I actually think a great draw. Phil's wanted to route this horse for the longest time. We got the 4-hole. Rispoli's going to be told to cover up and come with a big late move. So I mean, we're going to know if this is going to be a 5-furlong horse or if we get the condition book to really wide open. Some of these routing. So it'd be great. We'd have lots of options. We'll know a lot tomorrow.
Well, that opens up a lot of doors if he can route,
Yep.
Well, look at that, Ciaran. We didn't even plan it. We were just kind of winging it. Race 5 is waiting to be made official, and that means we get to segue right into the purpose of this show, our $3 late pick 3 and $5 late double. But before we do, real quick, Tippy Central, Subsanador done? I kind of think so. The only reason why I would say no, maybe, is because of Mandela. For this horse to get back to the form that this horse was 2 years ago is going to be very, very tough. And even when the horse was in the best form of his life, he still never won a grade 1. So that's the Mandela horse in the Pacific Classic, Ciaran. I don't know if you have an opinion or not.
None. No opinion.
And then before we move on, just real quick here, our man Jerry Wessela. Welcome, Jerry. Not sure if this is good news or not, Frank, but we're on the same page. Well, when it's you, it's usually good news. So thanks for joining us, Jerry. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, look at today's late pick 3. We have the same 3 horses in the last leg, Frank. When has that happened?
I saw that because I read the newsletter. But before we do that, Ciaran, I'm going to play the Del Mar song again and kick it off because we're starting a new segment of the show. Stand by, everybody.
Where the turf meets the surf down at old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train, or your broke down car. Frank and Ciaran are broadcasting near and far, while Mark Gelding's drinking at the paddock bar. Oh, the low takeout pick 3 makes us look mighty smart, with the high minimum doubles that pull at our heart. Just get to the windows and bet the high stakes. We're risking it all for the profit it makes. Those low takeout rules keep our pockets well lined on the top wagering show that you ever will find. So cash in your ticket, let's take home the dough, where the turf meets the surf. May your high prices flow.
Welcome to the 1865 Club. Whoa, look at them faint. It's the charm.
Can we have your autograph?
The double of Double Trouble Live is here. Ugh, it was all a dream.
Actually, my hand is kind of sore from signing all those autographs, Frank, just so you know.
I bet. For those who missed it, Ciaran is actually in Saratoga this week. First time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And it's actually cooler here than Del Mar. It's crazy. Like, I always hesitated going here because I'm not a humidity fan. The weather is unbelievable. It's like 60 degrees right now. It's like beautiful, beautiful.
Well, yeah, we know it's not always like that, but when it's nice,
No.
it's nice, especially
Yes.
later in the season when it starts to get fall-like type weather. This is a Del Mar show, obviously, but as we've said many times, it's not East versus West. We have a Delphi Racing Club as one of our partners. They sponsor our Sunday show. We'll be doing a special Travers Saturday show for them next week. We are here because we're horse players. We have a community. We can't thank Del Mar enough for giving us this platform to talk about these wagers, educate everybody, learn along the way, and make some money. And I just think it's really cool that you can do it while you're at Saratoga, and here we are talking about Del Mar. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, Naira is partnering up with Del Mar. They're going to be doing the races next year. So,
Right,
you know, the
right.
East and West are coming together like it always should be. Everyone's in the same boat, you know, growing horse racing.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I think tomorrow there's a coast-to-coast wager with New York Racing and Del Mar Racing. Did
Yeah,
you
and
see that?
I think we're going to see a lot more of that, which is great. You know what I mean? It keeps everyone interested on both sides of the coast. I mean, it's a great idea.
If they make that a low takeout 15% wager, we are all about it.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get down to business, Ciaran. We got 18 minutes to post for the $3 late pick 3. Do you want me to put yours up or do you have it?
No, you can put it up. I don't want to
Okay.
touch anything in case I knock the screen off.
All right, for those who don't know, we also put our picks up in the live chat. Scroll all the way up to the top. You can find it. If you're watching on X, you probably also want to open the YouTube so you can find the live chat. You can only chat with us, I think, through YouTube. Maybe not. I don't really know the text stuff, but if you want to see what we have as we're talking about it, you can always go to the live chat. Ciaran, well, first of all, I thought this was an impossible race. I have 2 A's, and then every other horse I have is a B. And those 2 A's are 2 A's just because I needed to have an A. I mean, it's a really hard race.
Yeah, I mean, my first thing was I said all with a chance with similar running styles and similar questions. I like the price horse as a top contender price separator, which is why I ended up going with number 2, 32 Chuck. I actually thought the morning line was crazy. I thought it'd be 3 or 4 to 1, but nope. And, you know, it's KK for Glatt dropping off a win. You know, Glatt's 205 on the move. I'm still shocked. I was just looking at the pricing and not getting any kind of money. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a drop. I think this is a much tougher level than those that starter N2L. I mean, look, the horse won very impressively, and Glatt is fantastic off the layoff. This is one of the ones I considered, but I thought this one was just a slight cut below the rest, but could absolutely win. Absolutely win. I do not envy John Lees for having to make this morning line. I thought it was impossible. But I'll tell you what the surprise is right now, Ciaran, before we go any further. Red flag is 9-5. I don't think anyone should be 9-5 in this field. Do you?
No, and I mean I was 4-1, and the reason I flew out here on Tuesday, Frank, as you know, and Wednesday I was getting ready. I was looking for flights to fly home because there was a big fire next to the house, and Shannon was calling me. She's like, "There's a big fire."
Oh, no, really?
There's planes in the sky. It was coming over the hill, and I was like, "Okay." So those of us who live in Southern California were well aware of the red flag warning. So I was like, I always bet this horse just because.
It's fire season starting already?
It's fire season all year. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. Wow. Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. I mean, whenever there's no other fire, I tell everyone, if it's not very windy and there's no other fire, there's nothing to worry about. There'll be 20 planes in the sky and they'll pound the crap out of it. You know,
right. They'll have all the resources to fight it. Okay.
It's when there's fires all over the place and they're going from one back to the other and they start growing. But they got a little bit worried because it went from no acres to 93 really quickly. And it just shows you how dry everything is right now.
Well,
right?
Yeah. And you've had some bad experiences with fires that we don't have to talk about on the show. But I can't believe Red Flag is taking that much money. And Ciaran, I'm looking at the will pays in this. You know, if you're alive in this race, let's look at the pick 3, Ciaran. Wow, the 1 is actually the favorite in the pick 3, $13.
I'm not shocked.
The 4 is 15, but the double, the 4 is 10, and the 1 is 22.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to make sense of these double pick 3 ratio discrepancies, because that's crazy. Red Flag is the prohibitive favorite in the double, but the second choice in the pick 3. Wow.
I mean, maybe they're chasing the rebate or they're making up for money elsewhere. For all we know, their model said that the pick 6 is going to pay a certain way and they need to hedge a little bit more when we get here.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff that goes through that we have no idea.
Yeah, that's very true. But anyway, the point is you're basically using everyone. Let me throw mine up real quick. My top picks are the 7 and the 3, but I have a backup ticket that has everybody. I just pivoted here in the session. I'm going to change that real quick because I'm throwing in Red Flag as an A here, Ciaran, because of the market signals. Tell me about this one, because I'm trying to beat this one.
Let me see what I wrote here. Hang on. I just said Rosie for Brinkerhoff are 11%. Drops in class, cuts back. And then I said, yes, could win, but unexciting. But Rosario won 4 yesterday. So it was like, you can't really toss him when he's on a heater. So simple as that.
Okay.
My pivot was the 7 that you had as an A. I didn't originally have it just because of the 1 week turnaround, but I was already in the winner's circle with the owners Starry Night today, and they were actually telling me the story of why the horse is in here, and they claimed it a week ago, and they're like, well, there's nothing else in the condition book.
Yeah.
And Miller's always like, I'd rather just run them. Is exactly what they told me. It's like, let's just run them. So, and they're on a little bit of a heater.
Well, there's no race for him. You got to run him somewhere, right? Better than sitting in the barn.
Yep, you get the win, and if you win, you're making even more money off the claim. You know, you're up claim for 32. Someone claims it for 40, and you get the win. Like the horse today, I got to take the picture in the winner's circle, race 4 at Saratoga. The horse is in for 35. I will say, Frank, it's been interesting coming here because I'm getting a feel for the track now. I think I'm going to handicap it a lot more. But Carmouche, absolute awesome ride. Got to talk to him in the paddock beforehand. That is a jockey. That's a jockey who he was one I kind of used that I've really upgraded him when he's on horses now. I'm really going to pay attention. So
very good jockey, got a good head on his shoulders.
Yes.
Well, the moral of the story here is that Ciaran and I are very spready in leg 1.
Yes.
Leg 2, you're planning a flag on 1 ticket with the 1, and then you're using a couple of others on your B ticket. I'm just going to use the 4 and the 1. I had given the nod to the 4 before the scratch. Tahini scratched. He was a speed horse. I thought that would set things up for raw ability. Now that the speed horse is out, I kind of think the 1 and the 4 are equal. But if you're looking for a single, Ciaran is planning a flag with the 1, and that's Phil D'Amato's horse. Tell us about it. Her.
Ricky for Phil, they're 2 of 8. This horse is 6 of 8 in the money. And it's another one I said, a very classy horse, you know, from where raced at Ferry House, Gowron, Kura, you know, hit the bench. This is Phil's kind of, these are the kind of horses he'll sometimes take in here. And I like the cutback. I thought, you know, if I was forced to single, this is a really good one. And Ricky's starting to get, you know, he's got the grandbaby for Phil. So he's starting to get the good horses now.
Yeah.
Don't discount.
They grow fast. They grow out of their clothes really fast.
Yeah, do not discount that fact at all. He's starting to get, you know, some good horses here. I love the class, and you know we've talked about it too, Frank. One of the things you got to pay attention at Del Mar is class really is ruling. And before I would have tossed a lot of horses coming off the bench and you know not racing a while, etc. And then got blown up on my tickets because when I looked, I was like, yeah, class showed itself yet again, you know.
Simple. What do they say? Form is temporary, class is permanent. So
correct.
Words to live by. Yeah, I think you kind of get out with the 1 and the 4 there. Ciaran's going to plan a flag with the 1 on his A ticket.
Yeah, but how do I not use ribbons, Frank? That was my opening day bomber last year. That ribbons made me some money last year. How
about that, Ciaran? We had Seraphin and Sophia on. They were responsible for Baltic Fire, my biggest score last year, on the same day that Ribbons is running. And Ribbons, Ciaran came out of the gate on fire. I think it was our very first show. Marco De Muro was like his first mount, wire to wire on Ribbons at like 27-1. And you thought you were the cock of the walk, didn't you? Until me and Seraphin came along next week.
Never heard of him. Don't know who he is. And then I had to throw in raw ability. You know, the Sadler horse. Rosario's not on it. He's on Ribbons. We kind of talked about it before the show. Rispoli, I think I said Rispoli, I think, is going to have a really great second half. I'm hoping today and tomorrow is when he starts winning. His timing is still a little off, just because, I mean, it's not unusual here at Del Mar not to have your, you know, he keeps coming late. So this is a big upgrade from Julian here. And, you know, Sadler has it in for the 100K, but the only person who claims 100K horses is Sadler. So what's he going to do? He's going to claim it himself? No. So, you know, they're kind of they're sneaking one in here, and I don't think you could toss them, which is why I put it on a ticket.
All right, let's move to the nightcap before we look at the double probables. Ciaran mentioned that we're on the same 3 horses, and that is the 5, 6, 8 for me. I give a little bit of a lean to the 8. It looks like Ciaran's ticket with the single 1 in the middle has 6, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3, and then he is singling the 6 on his other ticket. So I'm singling the 8 on one ticket, and you're singling the 6 on one ticket. Very interesting. They just announced that the 10 in the last race, Liati has a jockey change. I couldn't hear who the jockey change was. So if anyone knows about that, let us know. And then we'll look at the probables, and then we'll get to the DTL crew because they have some questions.
Why don't you go to the DTL crew? Because I'm about to run out of juice, so I got to find a power plug out here. So.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right, Ciaran's got to take a charge break, even though I told him charge all your equipment. That's all right. Who needs them anyway? All right, let me go to you, John. Any opinion on the 5 and the 7th race? Welcome, by the way, Brooklyn John. The 5 and sure, cutting back after setting, attending the pace last time. I don't see how this horse is going to beat the 1. The 1 just beat this horse. I think the 1 improved. They're both going to improve. I just think the 1 is probably a little bit of a better horse. And here's the thing. I might have to amend that statement, because when I handicapped this race, I was all about there being a fast pace, and I thought the 5 would be a little too close to that pace. Now with Tahini out, things change. So I guess there is a world in which the 5 could, sit right off ribbons. I thought it was going to be a 3-horse speed duel. Now it's going to be 2 horses. So yeah, that horse could stalk off ribbons, and if they go slow, absolutely. I think the 1 is more tactical. If you see the 1-2 back, this horse was stalking down the hill in a sprint race. So I think the speed is there if Ricky wants to use it. But I wouldn't fault anyone for using that horse. Ciaran, you back? Ciaran.
Yes. Hey, I was going to say, I don't know, in the last race we had, yes. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I
can hear you.
Yeah, I'm listening to Larry. He just announced a jockey change in the last race. On the 10, it's now Cristobal Herrera. I don't think that impacts much. I did not have the horse. But we did not talk about the last race because I was waiting for you.
I was going to say, in the last race, the reason I ended up pinballed in the debut, Jaramillo fell off, was heavily bet. And I said, this will be the Crow horse. If they even show their face in the pools this weekend, I thought maybe with all the controversy swirling around, maybe we won't see as much Crow activity. But nah, they're still there.
Oh, yeah, the 6, absolutely. The reason I singled the 8 was because of the morning line. I thought the 8 would be more value, but it wouldn't shock me. The 6 could win from here to your house, as Quigley would say. Like you said, was favored in the debut against much tougher animals, right? This is a 50.
Oh, yeah.
That was a special weight. And Parabon is so good with these kinds of horses. Jaramillo rides back. He knows the horse's ability. I think Parabon's like, well, based on that last race, if I run him for 50, no one's going to take him. I don't know. Someone might take him because
they might. Yes, that looks.
Horse is favored.
Yes, that's it. This is risky. Someone I think would take it.
Yeah.
The 8 Rosario for Lewis are 50%.
Yeah.
Fresh who rode the debut. Second career race, Lewis is lethal, 24%. But I thought if it's not 5, 6, or 8 in this race, who knows? And I thought it was not a sequence where I wanted to find out and bet crazy, but I ended up actually then coming back and betting crazy. I do want to say something, Frank. So if you guys have noticed we have a new survey going. I've not sent it out. We had this one survey from a very annoying person who said, I wish I could modify the dashboard my way. So if you go to the dashboard now, you're going to see all these new little cards. So you can make your home dashboard on the Mark Gelding site as complicated or as simple as you want. But if you've not noticed, there's a new thing on there, bet card. So we've been using our race AI to give us suggested bets. It hit the pick 5 today, Frank, that I accidentally bet twice at Saratoga. So, and it was using that solely.
Can we shelve that conversation until after this race?
But it's an interesting little thing, and I thought it's a new thing I've added. I'm going to start doing it. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, because I don't want to rush this conversation. It's very important. So we'll come back to that. I'm going to make a note. Bet card.
No, because I don't have the races up, so you'll have to tell me. Yep.
No, I'm going to remind you.
All right.
No, we don't have to go just yet. But the reason I wanted to talk real quick about this race is because I'm looking at the probables going forward, Ciaran. And right now, the 4-4 double is the favorite, $15. The 4-1 is second choice, $17. So the 4 is slightly favored over the 1 in the next race. And then the 3 and the 5 are both 45. And then the 6 is a bomb. Let me look at any other combos.
What about my number 2? What's my number 2? Has it gotten any action, or did I just pick a donkey again?
Well, I'll tell you, the will pay the 2 is $41, and that makes the 2, 1, 2, 3, like 5th choice. The Crows don't hate the 2, but they don't like the 2. Put it that way.
Okay.
It seems the Crows seem to have it 1-4.
All right. May the Crows be wrong.
May the crows be wrong. Caw, caw, caw. Let me look real quick again at the double. So you're 4 here. No, which you're 2. So like, let's say you love the 2 here, and you love the 1 in the next leg here on, which you do. The 2-1 double is wow, $89 for $2. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
And how about this? The 2-1 is 83, the 2-4 is 59, and the 2-5 is 61. 5 is taking a little bit of stinky money there.
Yeah, I don't have the 5 at all. Like in this race on both my tickets, I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, with 1, 2, 3, 4 in the next, and then spread single on the other tickets. So.
All right. Well, they are loading now, so we'll step away. Good luck, everybody. We'll come back. We'll talk about this race, the rest of them, and Bet Card on markgelding.com. We are back. Please scan the QR code up top. Support our partners, Adelphi Racing Club, New York's racing partnership. Well, the market was right there with number 4 red flag. 3 would have been much better for me. But
yep, all of us. But they always know, Frank. They always know.
yeah, well, that's why we do the pivot. I upgraded that horse to an A on my A ticket, and I have him on my B ticket. So I might end up hitting it twice because of the market. Unbelievable, Kira. Like, there was no way that horse was going to lose.
Nope, none.
Let me do real quickly, because we're going to talk about the bet card. But let me just say hi to some of our DTL crew before we.
Well, we should do it because they're about to boot me out of here, so I'm gonna have to find a spot soon.
Well,
they're closing down.
What? Oh, you got to get off the grounds.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably lock the gates, huh?
They already locked one, so I got to walk a mile.
All right. So, well, what are we going to do here so we can plan the rest of the show? What is your plan?
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk out and then hop back on. I'll probably hop on the phone, so in case this dies. So give me like 2 minutes and I'll be back. 2 or 3. I walk fast, hopefully.
Okay.
But let me talk about the bet card. Let me talk about the bet card before I go.
Bet card, then I'll do the chat. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go on the site, there's bet card, and it's got all the bets: exactas, tries, supers, pick 3, double, pick 5, etc. I won the early pick 5 using it today, but I added a new button, and I mentioned it early when I did my write-up, chaos button. So I've got a thing where I kind of did it for my contest, but I want it to look for crazy price horses. I ended up getting a 17-1. That was the last race of the pick 5 with a little bit of form. So it's something for you guys to play around with. It's not like a crazy just pick a 20-1 horse. It's a horse that you wouldn't normally look at, but possibly it has form. Within a budget, you could put a budget in for your tickets. And I had a budget, and I still had $12 left. So I was like, you know what? Let me throw this number 7 in. So it's another little tool for you guys to play around with. Look around on the site, lots of new stuff.
Customized.
It is customized.
I sent Kieran a message because we're actually working on a survey because, as you know, we always want to improve and make sure we're giving the DTL community the best we could possibly do. So Kieran came up with this excellent survey. So we're asked me to take it because we're working out the tweaks and everything. And like, if there's one thing you could suggest about the website, like what would it be? I said, I think it'd be great if you could customize your dashboard so that the tools that you use more than the others are like right there for you. I thought that was a really good suggestion. So of course, Mr. Smarty Pants comes back and he was like, oh, you mean like this? And he had already had it done. But anyway,
it was on the thing to roll out, and I was like, oh yeah, let me. All right, let me duck out and find out how to get off the grounds here before they arrest me for taking money off them today. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes walking.
All right, I got it. Hop on when you're back. Okay, let me boot him. Yes, sign up at markgelding.com. You will get our free newsletter, which will give out some of our letter grades and Kieran's top selections. But if you want the real deal, if you want all of my matrix write-ups, my matrix letter grades, and my suggested wagers, you have to become a member. And we'd love to have you guys as members because not only do you get the matrix, but you get all of Kieran's notes. And Ciaran does full card selections, so they'll have everything for Del Mar. We also have all these tools that Ciaran has been working on and absolutely making this platform a home base for horse players who want to take their game to the next level. We joke about the Crows all the time, how they have an advantage. Well, they absolutely do, but we are figuring out ways where their advantage can also be our advantage. We just saw in that race, Red Flag, who, absolutely figured, but in my opinion was not materially that much better than the other horses in here, was ridiculously hammered in the double and opened up at 9-5, and then going forward to the next race was hammered to the logicals. You absolutely have to upgrade a horse like that, because the reason that horse's price and will pays were what they were is because people with more sophisticated information than us were betting it. So why not lump on? So in addition to what we do here live on the show with the market analysis, Ciaran is also creating a bunch of tools where, we will have a little bit of an advantage over them, based on things that horse players can do that the, Crow teams might not necessarily be doing. So there you have it. It's worth every penny, markgelding.com. And again, if you scan that QR code, support our sponsor, Adelphi Racing Club. Now, my favorite part of the show, Ciaran's least favorite part of the show. So it's fantastic that he's not around. DTL Crew, what's up? Mike Whalen, first to the show. I went all the way to the top of the chat before the show even started. Mike Pivot Whalen, and we just saw a perfect example of pivoting in action. I ended up throwing Red Flag on all my tickets as an A because of what we saw on this show. All right, let's keep going. Charlie, welcome. Hello, Frank, Ciaran, crew, and followers. I think today is a day to make money for Pacific Class. Right, let's build a bankroll. Couple of singles. Okay, well, hopefully you have a single in the next two races, because race one is already over, and if that was your single, I hope you had it. Let us know, Charlie. You're always great with the information and very generous with your knowledge. That's what I love about the DTL Crew. We're here to help each other. Mike Whalen, again, let's cash. You got that right, pal. MKT, what's up? I think it's still Friday, not Saturday yet. Yes, that is true. But we did a Pacific Classic preview party. That's all. Free of charge. We came on 40 minutes earlier to talk about the Pacific Classic because we wanted to complement our comments today with our write-ups tomorrow. So thank you for your comments, MKT. Always nice to have you around in the chat. Let's check in with Ciaran. That was quick. Don't you have to go to the bathroom or something?
There's no bathrooms open, so. But there was a bar right here, the Saratoga bar. But
go get a drink. I'm still doing the comments.
No, they won't let me do it, but the music was too loud. Otherwise, I would have hung out there and done the show. So we'll stand here.
Are they still taking wages? Can you go bet something?
With OTB?
All right. Well, I'm still going through the comments. You're going to have to wait a minute.
Okay.
Tippy,
all right.
always nice having you. Back from Napa, Lake Tahoe, and Reno. Ready to win Saturday. No, you're ready to win today, pal. Chalk in today's late double, 142568. Thank you, Tippy. Always nice having you. Cat ate my form from the Great White North. Our friends up in Canada, howdy, folks. Howdy right back at ya. Of course, I got to Kelly earlier. Yeah, we miss you too, Kelly, but Terry and I will both be at the track tomorrow for PAC Classic Day. Hope you are there. Love having you in the chat. Okay, here was Charlie's plays. Okay, single to 7 in that leg. That didn't work out. And then you came back though with 4-2-5 and 4. Okay, so you got things cooking, and then you also have a 4-all. So yeah, you got some very, very good bets. Here's our man Larry. LD, what's up? Larry D, save me from betting more races at Del Mar. It hasn't been that bad. I mean, we almost hit yesterday. Oh my God, how bad is Andy M? Yeah, he's on one of those streaks. Right, yeah. Ciaran? You liked his horse. I think it was Sunday. A bunch of you guys liked one of his horses, and horse absolutely figured and was nowhere. But we've seen
even.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, even horses he just recently claimed are just running horrendous. I just don't get it. It's just a bad streak.
Well, we've seen this before. He's been on a cold streak before, and then he starts to win.
Yes,
that's just the way it is. Whatever it is. Well, you probably come back and have a terrific Santa Anita autumn meet. You know what I mean?
I was actually talking to someone about that as well, and I was like, I was okay not winning on him the other time because we even mentioned it. When I win with him, I don't want it to be on a 6-5. I want it to be on a
Gotta be
15-1 or an 8. I don't want to win on his favorite. I want to win with prices for a while.
100%. Right. You don't want to be backing him at 6-5 when he's 0 for 20, But
Yes.
20-1, sure. SC3 Pete, happy Friday, DTL. A real bomb to start the pick 6. I did not play the pick 6, but there was a carryover. Good luck to those who did. Real quick here, Mike Whalen for tomorrow. He's going to play a 3K pick 3. Kensington in the first leg, Knightsbridge, and then King of Gosford. I love it. MTN. Yeah, I think he scratched because he's talking about full Serrano. He's got issues, man. He had issues going into the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, which I wish I knew about.
Yeah, we don't
I made a huge bet on that
We're
horse.
hear about that.
Right? Yeah. Go ahead,
Someone
what do you
probably knew, though, as we know. I was going to say
Yeah.
someone probably knew.
Yeah, I didn't know, and we pushed in pretty hard on that horse in the Breeders' Cup. It turns out later that he had a foot problem. Thanks. If only there were PPs with vet records in them. Maybe.
I know. It would make things so much easier to handicap and to win contests, et cetera,
Yeah, that kind of ticked me off a little bit, and clearly the layoff lines show that it is the case because he can't string 2 races together because he's got foot issues. Yeah, MTN says maybe Sadler thought they should save the horse from him running, especially if his foot issue. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a tough spot for him. Like I said, I am only using him because he owes me money, and if he wins, I'd be very, very upset. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if you know this guy, no last name, but congrats to John, who is a fellow LRF partner. He has a nice piece of Bascio who won in the UK for Wesley Ward. That's one of the horses that Juan was out there for.
Yep, that's why he went out there. Yep.
I was going to say who is the ownership group, but I think it's my racehorse. So, anyway,
that makes sense.
Good for him. Good for whoever's a piece of that horse.
So, Frank, before I lose power again and go to switch to mobile, I was just looking at the will pays on the double and the pick 3.
Sure.
Not much separation. Like 1 is favored on the double by a few cents, and 4 is favored on the pick 3 by $1 or so. Like it's between both of them. I suppose we could look going into the next leg and see who's getting the money off which one.
Well, stick with the will pays for a second, because is anyone else taking anything, or is it a 2-horse race?
I think it looks kind of like a 2-horse race, but I'm looking now to see if we're seeing anything.
I'm looking here. Well, in the pick 3, absolutely. $8 to the 1. Well, $8.25 to the 1, $8.40, and then John Alwell's 5, who's a little sneaky, $29.95. But I think that's what you would have expected. Yeah, the 3 and the 5 are taking basically the same amount of money.
And then looking forward on the double.
Yeah.
Trying to see which one is. I mean, even looking forward, Frank, we're looking at possibly $60 on the double, which is not a bad take, even off the 4. Like the 4 to the 6 is $61. The 4 to the 8 is $68. 4 to the 5 is $93. So it looks like they're saying the next race is all about the 6 and the 8, but there's
the 2. No, the 2 is favored.
I just see the 2 is getting a lot of money. Wow, 4 to the 2, 48. 1 to the 2 is 47. Wow, I did not use that 2. You?
I did not use the 2. The 2 is favored, actually. Wow. This is what happened to me yesterday. I had all the horses except for the favorite, and the favorite beat me.
Oh my God, I never would have picked this one out at all. Well, actually, I do have it on my chaos ticket. Which ticket is it on? I do have it on. I'm looking here. If my 1 wins this race, Frank, I've got 6, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3 in the next race. God. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in this race, I'm single to the 6. So if I have the 1, I've got the 2 covered. But then it's not going to pay squat.
Well, our man James White here does have does have the 2 on his ticket, but it looks like he missed the first leg, right? Because didn't the 4 win?
Yes.
That was the favorite. Larry is desperate for a win. He went Ciaran style, all with the 1 with the all. So you got the favorite in the first leg. If the 1 wins here, he has all in the next. It might not be that horrible, but he's going to need a price, obviously.
These are not horrible pays in this one. I was just looking at my
they want to know
potential.
who's alive in the all turf pick 3. Drake, did you play that today, Ciaran? Did you have anything?
I did not have that 800 to 1 Los Al horse. No, I went skinny on my all turf.
Oh, you've been betting these low sal mules all meet long, and then the one that wins at 100 or whatever. I didn't see the race. One who wins, you don't have. Okay.
No. Again, it was a sequence I didn't want to spend a lot of money on, so, but I ended up spending a lot of money on. So,
well, Jay, if you're alive, please let us know. MTN, yeah, for those who missed the announcement, in race 10, in the last race, the 10 horse is being ridden by Cristobal Herrera. Okay. Serge, welcome, Serge. Yes, red flag. Just want to acknowledge everybody who's here and joining us. Welcome, BBTB. Maybe first timer, but maybe not. Dang, the 3 just not enough. Wide trip. Yeah, the 3 and the 7s were my A in the previous race, but no way that 4 was losing anyway.
So my double, I didn't put it up there, Frank, because I wasn't able to copy and paste it. But my planned double here is a $10 double, 135 into the 6, and paying the lowest is $60. I'll have it twice, so for $30, I'm okay with that. So I really like the 1 in here. So the other thing I was going to do is look at the 1 here into, well, the 2 now is out because of what it's paying, 47. I'm not interested in that at all.
Yeah, unless you love the 2, then you just whack it.
Yeah, and I didn't really love the 2, so
yeah.
I thought it was.
DTL Crew, let us know who loves the 2 and why. Sorry, Ciaran, go ahead.
I was just trying to see, like I was on my spread ticket, I've got 6, 5, 8, 1, 2, 3. I'm not using the 3, but the 3 is paying, the 1's paying 186, the 3's paying 233. So I think I might just come back and do a $5 double, 1 with 1, 3. I'm not going to spend a whole lot on the late double today, because I'm alive, and
right.
If one of these crazy horses, like if the 2 wins, if the favorite wins here and the 2 wins in the next, I'm not really missing out on much. I've got money to burn tomorrow. That's how I'm going to view it.
Right. So I don't think you ever finished your bet card, helped you hit the pick 5 today at Saratoga. Did you finish that story?
Yeah, so what I've done, so if you go onto the bet card, you can put in what your budget is and pick whatever bet you want. And you've got some choices. You can use the Race IQ to read through all the stuff that it has on there. You can do it by number and separate which horses you're tossing. Like, I do want this horse in my bets. Give the budget. It'll spit out a suggested ticket. But there's also a little button that says Chaos button. And it will throw in, it's not going to throw in a price in every leg. But if there's some legs where there's possible reasons, like, I've started adding in the meet statistics, Frank. So like we've got the statistics page I send out as an email for both tracks. I've got it where it's kind of reading it. Like if the 2 post does well and this horse has got class or something, it could qualify as a chaos horse if it's got a price. Or if a jockey and a trainer are doing well, it'll upgrade it a little bit more. So you're not going to see it in every race, but it picked that 7 in the last race, and $900, $950, and I accidentally did it twice, not thinking it was a $1 pick 5, not a 50 cents.
Please, guys, mess around, play with these tools, use them, give us feedback. It's always available for the premium members, and occasionally we open it up for the free subscribers as well, so you can see what it's all about. Let's build this together. Dan H, yeah, this is a good. I talked about this a little bit earlier, Dan, but thanks for bringing it up again. The scratch of the 2, who is the speed? I loved the 4 going into this race when it was 3 speed horses. Well, one of them's out. I think Ribbons gets the lead and Princess sits right off because, you know, I think that's how the race is going to shape up. I'm hoping they go fast enough and push each other to set it up for my 4. But if not, the 1 should be getting the perfect trip because I think the 1 is a little versatile. So I'm bummed about the scratch, but it doesn't impact me that much.
Could you read off what 3 to the 5 to 1, 3, 5, 6, 8 are paying?
Okay. Who do you want in this leg?
The 3 in this leg.
To who?
To the 1, 3, 5, 6, 8.
Okay. 3-1 is 330.
Oh wow, that's very attractive. Okay.
3-3 is 453.
Okay.
3-5 is 258.
Okay.
3-6 is 161.
Still not bad.
3-8 is 143.
Okay, that's $25. I think I might fire that one away as well. Because how do I not bet Ribbons? And has Rosario won anything today? Has he won any races today? I haven't really paid much attention. DTL Crew,
Rispoli, Pierres, Herrera, Ayuso, Herrera. No.
Okay, and Rosario has won many a nightcap on our shows on Fridays and Sundays. So
that's why that was my single.
And that's why this could be his race right here. All right, so I fired $25 on that one. $5 double, 3 with 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. I think the 2 is probably only paying $40 or something, right, Frank? Or 60.
With who?
With the 3 with the 2.
3-2?
Yeah.
129.
Oh, that's still not bad. Nah, I'm not going to do it. If it beats me, it beats me. Famous last words. 2 out of 3 again, probably incoming.
That's what I said yesterday. And Gerardo Vallejo, who probably hasn't won a turf race since the Biden administration, wins.
But that's also the frustrating. That's also the frustrating thing about this meet. I bet those kinds of horses, but the ones who are actually doing it for the kind of horses I'm betting, I'm not on them because even I can't justify it. And those are the ones that are blowing up the tickets, you know?
Yeah, well, that horse got hammered. That horse went off as favored. I know a lot of people like the horse. I couldn't do it. I ran 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. What are you going to do? John, I like your conviction. He asked us about the 5 in this race. I think he believes with the scratch of Tahini, this horse is going to get a perfect stalking trip and first run on everybody else. $20 double, 5 with 1-8, and a $5 double, 1 with 1-8. Ciaran, the 1 in the nightcap, I don't think either one of us even mentioned that horse. Oh, yeah, Dick Arabang, the Miati.
I mean, I have it on my chaos ticket. Let me see if I can pull up why I did it. Actually, I don't think I read any notes. I just said if it wasn't 6, 5, and 6 when I originally did this a couple of days ago, I was like, it's a 3-horse race. It could be anyone's. Yeah. When I revisited it, you know, last night and this morning, I was like, well, I also said if it's not 5, 6, or 8, it'd be a chaos race. So I need to find a couple of chaos. So that's why I ended up going 1, 2, 3. I didn't think the 2 would get hammered with the Crows, but there you go.
But it is interesting that, you know, if you guys read the newsletter, and I encourage everyone to read it because there's such good information in there. I read it because Ciaran synthesizes everything I do and he does and puts it together in a package where our opinions are like very distinct. And he said that this is one of the first times that we agreed in the nightcap. Our A horses are 5, 6, 8. Those are our A's. Doesn't happen a lot. Maybe 2 or 3, 1 or 3, or none. But the same 3 horses we listed at A's, we both have. So I think that's pretty significant. I feel pretty confident about that. If the 1 or 2 wins, they win. They're going to the gate. Real quick, what do you got, Ciaran?
I was just going to say, yeah, it's a rare thing. So hopefully we're going to be right. We just got to get out of this leg.
Yeah, I feel okay. All right, good luck, everybody. We'll be back after the race. 1 is a late scratch to everybody. That is not good because that means everybody's going to get the favorite.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't
Boo.
think the 4 is going to win. They want a carryover.
Yes, we've seen this happen before up at Santa Anita. Remember, Frank?
Oh yes.
I'm gonna pivot on a double here, Frank. On the horse I don't have in any big. I'm gonna do a $5 double, 6 with 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, just because.
Let me see. What 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, race 3. $117 horse, 480, 340,
Yeah.
680, and if the favorite loses here, we could be looking at carryover potential. Because everyone's going to get the 4 at 3 to 5. And now it's a 4-horse race. So the 2 speed horses have a significant advantage. Oh, I don't like this. All right, backing out. Good luck. Honey. That
Horrible.
stunk. That
Horrible.
stunk a mile away. And I said it before the race. No way the favorite was winning that race. John Allwell, good for you. Too bad the one scratched because that horse crushed. You would have got a better price, but good for you.
I threw my money around the wrong horse. I should have thrown it on the 5 instead of the 6. Sheesh.
Well, you thought Ribbons would get a nice easy lead, which he did.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, she did. I mean, the 5 was just ready to roll, dominant.
I hate those kind of things.
Gets scratched at the gate. Come on.
That's ridiculous. I mean, she acted up a little bit. I get it, but
oh, is that what happened?
Well, they said she's acting up in the gate, but they really didn't try unless, we'll probably find out later, that maybe she banged something. And when they do, even if they don't see anything, if the horse acts up and they bang something, from what I've heard, 99% of the time they scratch,
Okay, I didn't see that. I guess we'll have to see.
I just heard them say it, but, we couldn't see anything. But the fact that they backed it out, that'll probably end up being the story, if I was to guess.
Well, if anyone from the DTL crew saw what happened with the 1, please let us know. Larry, if the 1, I believe you get refunds in the double because it's the start of a multi, but you go to the post-time favorite on all your other bets. And I said that. I knew it. I knew the post-time favorite wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
Every time that
Never
happens,
does.
the favorite never wins, ever.
No, it's usually the favorite until halfway around the track, and then it's the second favorite wins, and it's by like 12 hours.
Favorite, and that one loses.
Yeah.
We've seen that before, too.
That's just disappointing.
Well,
it's like, again, you do all the work, and then, one would have crushed those horses.
But for all I know, there's carryover potential now. 3, 4, 5, and 10 have potential to carry, and then there's pool scoops going on. This stinks. This really stinks.
Yep.
Hey, Ciaran,
Sorry, the bus came.
Are you in a spot where you can just stand still?
Yes, I am now.
Yeah, because the walk and talks thing, no bueno. He's I don't know where he is. I'm taking him out of the studio for now. Okay, Tippy says it looked like the 1 hit the ground. Okay, did he rear up or whatever? I don't know. I didn't see it. I hope the horse is okay. That's all that matters. Yeah, SL811, welcome to the chat. Might be your first time. Joe Bravo, secret, rides the turf so well, rides Del Mar turf so well. He came out a couple of summers, and he was fantastic on the turf. I'm from back east. I know Jersey Joe Bravo a long, long time. Our man John Alwell loves Joe Bravo. He's a Brooklyn guy. He's the one who brought up that horse, and it played out exactly how we talked about it. I just thought Raw Ability was a better horse. But anyway, good for everyone who had the horse. Parker, welcome. I saw you commenting earlier. I kept trying to get to one of your comments, but couldn't. But here you are now. The 5-2 daily double went from 89 to 59. Oh, I don't want to. No curse words, people, and no name calling. But I get your point. Was that after the scratch, though? I mean, that makes sense if the 1 got scratched. You know what I mean? So I need to know more about that information. All right, let's see. Just looking to see if anyone has any info on what happened with the 1. Okay, Charlie, I think, is talking about the 2 in the nightcap, who we were having a conversation about because Ciaran and I, neither one of us used. So number 2 in replays was going for the win and then got green both times, lugging out, losing ground. He's looked a lot better, I'm assuming, in the workouts. Hoping he keeps on going to the finish. So you're talking about the 2 poppies, Charlie. Charlie, you sure that's just not a sentimental nameplay right there? Here's an interesting comment from MTN. I like these general handicapping philosophy things. I think trainers are overused in capping. Never seen one ride a horse across the finish line. Well, what about Wesley Ward? He was a jockey. He rode plenty of horses across the finish line. A lot of trainers are former jockeys or exercise riders. No, but I agree with you. I think you could say that about anything. Speed figures are overused. Jockey angles are overused. Sheets are overused. I think you could say that about every single element of handicapping. It is up to the individual to decide what is important. I've said this for years. I call this handicapping triage. You have all of this information available to you. And a lot of it is good, but a lot of it is also white noise. And you could talk yourself off a horse, maybe because of a trainer angle that is a negative, or, you know, not very good or whatever, or trainer biases. So I agree with you philosophically, but I don't think it is specific to trainers. And I think you'll find that there are some people who do a lot more than the surface work when it comes to trainer angles and trainer stats. And for them, that's what they use, and that's what's good for them. But every race is different. There are a lot of handicapping factors that you need to trust your process and filter out what is important and what's not. So I appreciate that. I love having these kinds of discussions. That's the beauty of the game. There's no right or wrong way. Like, there's no proven method. You know, there's no answer. That's why we keep coming back every day, because every race is a new challenge and a new puzzle. So thank you for that. Okay, Charlie's saying the one went down to his knees, hit his head on the ground. Yeah, that is an automatic scratch. I did not see that, so I apologize for my tinfoil hat conspiracy talk. I just hope the one is okay. Yeah, LD. Well, this goes back to MTM's point. What about trainers, right? Overused? Well, O'Neill is on fire. And Larry, you're absolutely right. He is on fire. He slowed down a little bit, but then he just, like, boom, got hot right again. Look, that horse absolutely figured. I blame myself for not using this horse because I was stuck on the fact that it was a 2-horse race. And even though I knew the scratch of Tahini, a speed horse, impacted the pace of the race, I still thought that the one of the 4 were better and we're going to win. John Alwell brought up the 5, and he liked the 5, and he bet the 5, and the 5 was eminently usable, especially with the scratch of the 1. So that's on me. That's on me. I'll take full responsibility of not having that winner, and it's going to cost me money. So there you go. Let's keep rolling here. So here's a question, SL811. I have a question for people. I'm alive with some horses. I won't disclose bad luck. Okay, but if you don't disclose before the race, you can't brag after. Can't red board. But we wish you luck. So you could celebrate quietly. But I get it. Everyone has their own superstitions, so we don't want to mess you up. He will also not eat, though, on EST. And I don't know what that means, but anyway, everyone has their quirks. Anyone else do this if you're alive? Oh, you're saying that you won't eat if you're alive, even though you're hungry. Does anyone else do this? I can tell you 100% no. If I'm alive and I'm hungry, actually, whenever I'm hungry, I eat. So it doesn't matter if I'm alive, if I'm knocked out, if it's the middle of the night. So you're asking the wrong guy. Let me see if Ciaran is at a place.
Yeah, I finally got some.
I'll put you in when you're situated.
All right.
That is very funny, though. And again, everyone has their little quirks. I'm not like that. I'm not really superstitious. There are times where I might go, I'm going to watch this on a different TV, try to shake things up a little bit. But I would say that's pretty much the extent of it. The only no-no for me is $50 bills at the racetrack. That is a no-no. If you have a $50 bill on you, do not even get within a 6-foot radius of me. So I don't eat till the leg is over. You're allowed to drink water. It was like, what are you going for? A colonoscopy? You can't drink 24 hours before. I love it. I love horse players. I love the DTL crew. I love it. I love it. Well, good luck, man. I hope you win. And you know what? You can celebrate because you did tell us you were alive to a bunch of horses. I won't call it red boarding. LD, Rosario back in Ciaran's doghouse. Can he redeem himself in the last? I'll let him answer if nope, he's frozen. So I don't know how Rosario could be in anyone's doghouse. I mean, he's, my opinion, he is head and shoulders above everybody else here in the colony. How much time do we have? Let's look at the board. Look at some will pays. See if that 2 was still the favorite. Wow, 8-5. I did not see that coming. I like Manny Padilla. He did really well for me when I was doing the Golden Hour pick 4 Golden Gate trainer. I think of him more as a turf guy, and obviously they had the synthetic up there. I have dirt, 59 starts, 10%. So I don't know. Again, trainer stats could be overused. This horse is taking money for a reason. The works must be good. I think Charlie said the horse looks better. Not as green. But, I mean, what's wrong with some of the other horses? Like the Papa Padrono, showed speed in the debut. He's much better with second-time starters. We talked about the 6th Stanford Warrior was actually favored 8-5 in an 8-horse field in the debut against Calbred maiden special weights. He lost the rider. Parabon is so good with these young horses. Drops for 50 thinking no one's going to take after that race. Obviously, this horse can run. Otherwise, he never would have been 8-5 in the debut. So, if anyone, I thought that would be the horse who would get hammered. Let's see if Ciaran's available here. All right, you good?
Yeah, I finally found some light. I'm back to the hotel room, so I'm still steaming about the last race.
Walking?
Well, every time you put me on, I'm walking.
No walking. Get to your room. It's like I'm getting nauseous, like I'm getting seasick. And it's also a pet peeve of mine. Like, I don't tell anybody how to produce TV shows, but the walk and talk interview is my least favorite thing on television. It's horrible. So anyway. Okay. So MTN, Andy, that's Andy Harrington, C+ drifted. Yeah, I think that's what Charlie was alluding to, how green the horse was in those first 2 races. For those who don't know, Andy Harrington is a fantastic clocker, one of the best to do it. He sells his clocker report on, I think it's National Turf. So I'm not a workout guy. It's not a strong part of my game. It's the one thing I wish I was better at and could improve on, but I haven't found the right way to do that just yet. Okay, it looks like Ciaran's stationary. We're bringing him in. Are you stationary?
I was stationary 3 other times, and I sat there for like 3 minutes, and I'm like, all right, let me move a little bit more. And then you like, oh, he's walking. Let me put him on the show. So I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I have nothing to say.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to fire away at a trifecta because I don't like the 2 here at all. Which horses are carryovers? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, apparently, before I tell you that, the one hit the ground, and there was an issue with the 1. And if you hit the ground, you're an automatic scratch. So I don't think there was any funny business going on, but it's bad timing. Let's put it that way.
Nah, it just sucks. You know what I mean? Like, you have the best horse. Something always happens right now. It's like,
And yeah, and you just know that everything goes to the favorite, and you just know the favorite's never going to win that race ever.
I did think Ribbons. I was really Ribbons. That's the last money I'm going to burn on that horse. I thought Ribbons. It's set up for Ribbons, and nope, not the same horse as last year.
No, you got Ribbons the day you were supposed to get Ribbons.
Yes.
Okay, so Ciaran, the carryover horses are the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 10, and then 178,000 to the 1, the 7, and the 9. and then 89,000 to the 6 and the 8. And again, the favorite is the 2, 59,000. The 2 is the favorite in every single.
That's crazy to me.
And
Yeesh.
pretty strong too. I mean, this is a Crow horse.
What did we miss there?
8 to 5 on the tote.
Like, what did we miss there? I thought it was. I'm shocked. You know what I mean? We both agreed on. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to come back, Frank, and I'm going to do a trifecta. But I'm going to do. You said 3 and 5 are the carryovers. I'm going to do 3, 5.
And we like the 5, right? The 5
yes.
one of our horses.
So I'm going to do 3, 5 over 6, 8, 2. Is going to be my trifecta. You know, just so. I don't believe in the 2. You know, that's how I'm viewing it. I'm trying to see what we missed on that because we both did not see that 2 at all, did we?
Yeah, I'm going to look at optics real quick. 2, the notes from the 2 were, okay, in the debut, trouble at the start, rushed into the race, gallop minus drop. So did not impress there, but did get a B- grade. Inward paddle, slight stumble, finished along 2 others. Okay. Comes back, then the second race, again, rushed into the race, had some trouble, made a move and no keep. I mean, the horse just seems like makes his own trouble, but he has a little bit of ability. So the drop absolutely figures, but you know,
those horses that find trouble always keep finding trouble, it seems, you know.
Ciaran, I am shocked because when you said earlier in the show that the 6 was going to be the Crow horse,
yeah,
I 100% agreed with you. 100%. Unbelievable. Yeah, MTN, you make a good point. This is the time that if this is your opinion, when all the experienced runners don't look great, you go with the first-time starter. And that's the only thing that I'm good at when it comes to first-time starters in maiden races. When I don't like anybody else, I'll look to a first-time starter and make a case for that. So who is it then, MTN? If you, I'm trying to see, are there any firsters in here? Yeah, the 7, Sean McCarthy, the 9, Jackalope, and the 10, the Miotti horse. So I'm shocked that the 5 carries over. I mean, Papa Padromo is having a good meet. This horse has speed. He never wins first out. Like, he's always a second out guy, and he puts a Freychoux over Belmont.
Here, Frank, so what is the exacta 6 over 5 and 6 over 8? Seeing as we both agreed on the 6, 5, and 8, so we probably should be doing something with them. What's 6 over 5 and 8?
Okay, this is a $2 pay, Ciaran.
Okay.
6, 5 is $50
for the exacta for $2.
For two. So 25, and then 37 to the 8. So what is that? 17, 16? No, 18.
Yeah.
So you get 18.
Yeah, 18 to $25. It dropped the other one. So just for $2, you're getting, why not? I'm going to do a $5 just to have some interest and just because these were our horses. Too. Yeah, I think I'm going to do 6.
But I think you have to hear.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go 6 over 5, 8. $5.
You're going to key the 6. Okay, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. And then I came back and did a trifecta where I'm using the carryover horses. You know, the 2 or the 3, 5 over 6, 8. You know, so. I probably shouldn't be doing anything because I'm annoyed after that last race. I mean, it was no fault, but the horse that would have had us
that was the key to your whole day. That was your single.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if it scratches earlier in the day and then you go, you know what? Because we talked about this in the show where if that happens, I'm chopping my bets in half and not going to, fire away and blow my money. If the scratch had happened earlier, I probably would have saved a lot of money on this card, not chasing it.
What do we always
happens
say?
At the gate.
When your A scratches, you single your A, and if it's not your A, it's anybody, and that A scratches, you go from having a strong opinion of the race to having no opinion. And yes, if that had happened before, you would have pivoted and done something else and probably scaled back your wagers. But what can you do when you're at the gate? Like we're handcuffed.
Not enough time. Yep, not enough time. I did not believe at all in this 2. And you know what, Frank? If this 2 does run them off their feet, then so be it.
That's true.
Not something
Neither
I
one of
saw,
us would
not
have.
something I wanted to bet. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I agree
Well,
with you. It's not one of the ones we have. But here's the thing,
I'm
Ciaran.
okay with it, but
Go
I'm going to look after we get off the show just to see if there was anything I missed. I don't think there was. I'm going to see if I got blinded by just having the 3 horses in here. I mean, I had the 1, 2, 3 on a backup ticket, but even that
Sure.
pick 3, if the 1 hadn't have got scratched and went off at 5-2, I put the 2 in because I thought it would be a chaos horse. The pick 3 is probably, what is it paying anyway to the 2? Nothing, right?
Hold on, I gotta click. Will pays. You want the $3 pick 3 to the 2?
Yeah.
$1.99.
Yeah, with that price in the last, like that would have been probably really 60, 70, $80, if the 1 had won. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Because it wasn't going to be one I was going to hit, doing it 9 times, $12, $15. It was just going to be a straight $3 one. So
I mean, what do you think of this idea? Like when you make a multi-race wager, you should have the option to
have backups.
click on a button that says if one of your horses scratches, you want a refund.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
And if you don't click that button, you get the house rules. You get the post time favorite, and you're okay with that. But
I agree.
So
That's a
at least
great
you should
idea.
have the option to be able to just void the bet.
But
You know
they
what I
probably
mean?
say
Like,
our
I don't understand why
technology.
you don't have an option for a refund.
Well, the crows do, I'm sure. Us schmoes don't.
You're absolutely right. But let's root for John Alwell needs the 1 or the 8 very much. He likes the 8. That's one of ours, right? So let's get this 8 home.
Yeah, I mean, who's on? Which one? Rosario's on the 6 or the?
Craig Lewis.
Yeah, which one is Rosario on? Is he on the 6 or the 8?
No, he's on the 8, 9-2, Craig Lewis. Well, you know what? They're at the gate. Good luck, everybody, whoever's alive. Let's hit our exacta. Let everybody hit their bets. We'll do a debrief after. Good luck, everybody. Unbelievable. I mean,
I needed that 3 to win that head bob, Frank. It would have paid pretty good on the try or the exacta.
right. I know the 2 held on.
But we knew the 2 was no good. The 6 was kind of shocking. I thought the 6 was going to run away with it, but
6.
Rosario, correct? Rosario, he got his win for the day.
He got in the nightcap, king of the nightcap.
Again, yep.
I'm so mad because I debated betting that horse to win at 9-2, and I decided to play an exacta instead. Oh my gosh, that is so frustrating. My top pick wins the race. Unbelievable. I would have had it twice if the middle leg. If the D'Amato doesn't scratch, the 1 probably wins that race, and it's
Correct.
But my fault.
Yeah.
I probably should have had the double because John Allwell brought up that Doug O'Neill horse. We talked about it. Would it have killed me to throw $10 on the horse? The double to the 8 was 117. You know, I'd take that. But congrats, John. You said you needed the 1 or the 8, and you got the 8 home. Look, the 2 ran well, but I didn't see any reason why the 2 should have been as bet as heavily as the 2 was. So anyway.
Nope.
Okay. So with JJ out of town, Rosario picks up another one. He's going to run away with it, man. I wish we could have bet on that before the meet started. we predicted this at Santa Anita.
They need some fantasy stuff. That's what's lacking. Like if all the other nonsense going on in the background,
Kalshi,
those who run everything, you know, they want nothing to do with horse racing. I was talking with a bunch of people. They're staying far, far away from that. But it's just like how we don't do what they did for fantasy sports, where we have our own stables of jockeys and horses and stuff like that. Look what it did for fantasy sports. Blew up the interest. You know what I mean? We could be doing our own stables, and you know, we could have a jockey title bet, you know, all sorts of cool stuff that would get interest in racing. But nope, not allowed to.
No, nobody wants to give up a piece of their pie.
Correct.
Nobody wants to maybe take a step back to take 10 step forwards.
Mm-hmm.
How there isn't a deal done with these prediction markets is beyond me, because it will not impact the pari-mutuel part of the game. There are a zillion markets you could set up for horse racing that have nothing to do with who's winning the race. It's just
funny enough, Frank. Something else, I was you know, hanging out with some people. They're pretty far along on pushing fixed odds betting here in New York, which is very interesting.
Yeah, but the problem with fixed odds is that you need liquidity, and they tried it in Jersey and they didn't get the liquidity. I mean, Betfair, they have the liquidity. And you do in running, and the markets stay open, and hundreds of $1,000s gets traded in a race. You know what I mean? Like, unless they make a deal with a company who's going to seed the markets and be the market maker,
true.
It's going to fail.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you. I mean, that would be phenomenal. Some kind of exchange where you can lock in a price or maybe sell it back at a lower price, an ARB.
Correct. Yes.
But
just
I mean,
something new.
These are things that should have been done 15 years ago, Ciaran. And now that they have Kalshi and the prediction markets, they like another opportunity that they're gonna miss.
Well, the crazy thing, there was an article out this week, Frank, and they said the upcoming generation, you know, Gen Z and whatever, the ones above them.
I think it's Gen Z now, and then Gen A is the one.
Well, I think it's the Gen Z one, and they're saying part of their retirement plan is gambling. Like,
really?
Yeah, like not just options. Like Kalshi is huge for this generation. I'm just thinking, so we got a new generation coming up where their focus is gambling, and horse racing's not anywhere around it. It's just sad and crazy when it's the OG of horse racing, and it's the one where you can never get blocked out. You can bet as much as you want, be the sharpest tool in the shed, and they welcome you with open arms. Look at the Crows, you know what I mean? Everywhere else, if you start winning, they go, yeah, sir, you're capped at $10. Not on horse racing, you know.
You know, horse racing is no one to blame but themselves. You know, they got in bed with the Crows, and now things are starting to the rotten onion is starting to get unpeeled layer by layer. We're not going to talk about this. We'll see how everything unfolds. All I know is that this show is the best because we learn something new every day. We are building a community. So, Ciaran, did you say this? Because Larry said box the 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 in a trifecta. So he did. For 50 cents, it paid like $69. Is that what you said? I certainly didn't say it.
Yeah, that's the one. How much? I didn't look and see. Did it actually pay that much?
50-cent trifecta, 823, $69.65.
Finally, a trifecta.
20 times. That's pretty good.
A trifecta paid. Woohoo! Seeding the pool. See, we're not just about the low takeout bets. We get knocked out, we'll fire away at other stuff. I'm looking now. Wow, it paid that much. Wow.
So are you the one who suggested that? Because I know I didn't.
Yeah, no, I did. It was 6-8 over 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 over 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. You know,
right? You keyed.
Yeah, and then I had another one where I did.
Good for you.
Yeah, the other one I did was 3, 5, looking for the carryover. You know, with 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 with 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So the reason I did it was you and Larry. I used to be just a trifecta box guy, but it was a few months ago on the show where you were saying, you do it one way and then you come back the other way and do it again. I kind of did it similar. I was looking for the carryover, and then I did one with our top two choices, 6, 8. So I had 5, 6, 8 in first place. Yeah. At least it's a moderate bonus to end it.
Hold on. I want to switch our positions. Terry said it looks great with handsome Ciaran right next to ugly Ciaran.
Actually,
see that on the screen there?
ChatGTP did something like they did it really well. Before we came on the show, I was looking. I was like, Frank, I didn't know you were on Ozempic. What happened?
Bruno. I love Bruno. Bruno gives me so much crap. We give each other crap. I love him so much. He said something on Twitter, something about what is that image from 20 years ago or something? Like it was really, really funny.
I saw your press one when I was looking for something to put on a while ago. When I was making the logo, I saw the one you did for Santa Anita, but it was only 10 years ago. You looked like you were 20 10 years ago. What happened?
No, that was longer than 10 years ago, man. That was that headshot. That headshot was from from one of my books 20 years ago.
Your high school? High school?
My God, I know. I think I'm aging well. I know I need to lose some weight, but I think I have that distinguished silver fox gravitas about me. Look, in a world where everyone is going to be skinny from Ozempic, one man stands out.
Speaking of that, what it's doing to people's faces is kind of shocking to me. I'm like, holy smokes. But knowing Hollywood and the beauty industry, 8 years from now, if you don't look like you have the life sucked out of your face, you'll be considered ugly.
Right. I'm on Nozempic. That's what I'm on.
Yeah, Nozempic. You're on carb centric. Give me the pasta and the bread, please.
No, the problem is for the last year I've had to deal with you way more than I ever had before. So I'm drinking a lot more to block out all the experiences. So if I just cut back on my alcohol intake from not having to deal with you, I dropped 50 pounds in 3 months. Easy peasy.
There's no calories in alcohol. It's the Coke and all the other stuff you add in as your mixers, Frank, and your Bloody Marys and all that stuff.
All right, people. Ciaran giving alcohol lessons. Jay, pivot. Bingo card drink. SL, wasted money hedging, but did at least have the 8. Not bragging. Really did. Hey, good for you, man. That's something we all have to decide every day.
Mm-hmm.
To hedge or not to hedge. Our man Larry the Hedgehog. He hedges all the time because he's good at it. He has that brain for it. Ciaran you have a hedge tool on the website, don't you?
Yeah, I've not used it. Larry actually needs to hop around on it because I've got all these things, but I'm not really that kind of hedger, and it's got all the Dutching tools and all this weird stuff that I'm not familiar with doing, so someone will have to poke around. For all I know, it's broken because I don't know how to test it myself because it's not something I usually do. So it's like everything. If you guys think of something you want on the site, let us know. You know, we're here to give you guys the tools and we're building lots of information. We're learning from Frank and myself. So actually, one of the cool things we know, if I wasn't on the road, I meant to do it, Frank. I bet you the consensus ticket probably had the win. Did you have the 5 at all on any tickets as a B in the last leg?
No,
okay.
I was 4-1, and then my Bs were to be determined. I was going to use Bs in a double depending on the situation, and I wasn't expecting the 1 to scratch, and that just totally, messed me up.
The consensus ticket is pretty cool, and if you go onto the bet card as well, like if I was home, I probably would have played around with it when I was doing the trifecta today, Frank, because if I was doing it, I would have. You can do it where you want certain horses in, and you could have a race where you're like, I do not want this 2 anywhere on any bet. Get rid of the 2. Give me some suggested bets with a $24 budget for a exacta box using these 4 horses, and it'll spit something out for you.
I love it. And here's the thing, like, I understand why I didn't make money today. I'm a little annoyed that I didn't, because neither one of us liked the 2, and the 2 was the Crow horse, and the 2 took a ton of money. The 8-1, it was on our tickets, and you even pointed out, first time that we like the same 3 horses. But here's the thing. We didn't talk about this, but you're right, because we didn't really have time to deconstruct this race. Gelding, first time Gelding, and blinkers on. Craig Lewis and Rosario, I think you gave out the stat, they're like 40% together, something like that. Yep. And the horse was dropping and was going to get the perfect winning outside stalking trip that we've seen like 90% of the days this meet. So anyway.
And if there's another thing, and we're hammering it home over and over, if there's anything I'm upgrading even more so now than ever, just class really is mattering at Del Mar, especially in these crappy rates. I mean, there's some where the 50-1 is going to win, but my word, these class droppers are just dominating like they haven't in a while at Del Mar. We actually saw it at the end of Santa Anita as well. So I know you alluded to it, Frank. Like we might be back in a period where class matters more than it has in a long time.
It absolutely
actually
has.
A good thing.
We have a larger horse population because Northern California shut down. And, classes, I've struggled with class handicapping over the last several years because every year class mattered less and less and less because the gap between a $20,000 claimer and a $10,000 went from being like this to being like this. So they were basically the same horses. But when I first moved out here to California, Del Mar, you had a $50,000 claiming race, and there was a 25-dime claimer stepping up in class who just ran a big figure. That horse was an auto toss. Like to make that jump, it was. But anyway, we're starting to see it more and more, and we're picking up on it. But here, after the show, I'm going to read the exact rules on the Del Mar website. They give consolations, 2 of 3. I know New York used to do that. So let's check the account here.
2 or 3 for what?
Oh wow! My pick 3. I got 76.50. I didn't lose money today. Wow! I got my double back because the scratch was in the first leg, and then my A pick 3, Ciaran, which had the 4 in the first leg, the 1
we
4.
got $76.
$76.50 console.
Oh wow! I did not know that myself.
I know
there
that.
We go.
I can't remember did they do that in the regular pick 3 as well? I don't remember that here.
I'm not sure.
They did it in New York.
Wow, I did not know that at all. Oh, I guess because it's the middle leg, I assumed we went to the favorite, but I guess we don't then, huh?
Right. So why don't they do consos for the other ones, like the pick 4 and the pick 5 and the pick 6? Those you absolutely get the post time favorite for. I know that Del Mar has the rules. I'm going to read it, and when we come back on Sunday, I will tell everybody what's going on. But what a happy surprise!
No, I'm just looking at it. We essentially got our bet back, and then doing the trifecta, it covered everything. Sweet. I mean, I'll take it. What, we did not even know that. You would think we would know it, and us being the quotation marks experts, huh, Frank? But as they say, you learn something new every day. And we learned 2 new things today. I learned that Frank hates it. Frank hates it when I walk around, so I'm just going to walk around in place now that I know that he doesn't like walking around people. And we get consolations.
The only thing
on the
more
pick three.
annoying than a walk and talk interview is a golf cart interview. Like just interview the person. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you for that. That is great information. Let me keep rolling, Ciaran, before we wrap up. LD was smoked on the pick three, but hit double 5 times. Ciaran will hit a pick three soon. Rosario back out of it. He was never in my doghouse. I've been on Rosario from the jump.
But it's not like I'm using him on my bets. It's just I'm not keying him on my bets, but he's on all my bets.
Now you are the leading rider, but you were fading him for the first 3 weeks.
But I had him on tickets, but it's always come down to the ticket construction. He's on the wrong ticket, and the other ticket is the one that, it's been 2 out of 3s with all the winners and on the wrong ticket. So I think it's all about, my biggest fault has been poor ticket construction at the Del Mar meet most of the time. The horses that have beat me that have been crazy prices, sure. My criticism myself is my ticket construction has been kind of crap at Del Mar.
Well, Ciaran, I would say that most players, when they lose or they don't maximize their opinion, it's because of bad ticket construction. The handicapping is solid. It's just
I had it down and I just went off on a tangent
because they played a conso. What?
Yes, I was just saying I had it down towards the end of Santa Anita, and I just don't know. It's just I'm not constructing them correctly here at Del Mar.
Well, everyone who played the pick three and used the one
you got money back
leg and had the other legs, it paid $76.50 for $3. So check your account. You might be up on the day.
What would that have paid, Frank, if I had won? If they're paying a $76 console, huh?
Well, yeah, wouldn't have paid as much because the winner was like 9-2. The one would have been a solid second choice, but still, we would have had it.
It would have paid more because they were hammering that 2 across the pools. This would have been one of those where we would have been surprised at how much we got paid on this pick 3.
You're right, because
we got $76 as a console. Yeah.
All right, Tippy, yes, I will be there. Terry and I will be there, and so will Shannon. So if you and your wife, or just you, or just her, are there, I think you have my cell. If not, I'll email it to you after the show. But would love to.
Yeah, go down for race 7, so you can get a picture in the winner's circle.
Are we allowed in?
Just bump into Shannon, hop in, get a picture. Okay. I'm not there, so keep her company in the winner's circle tomorrow.
So in the tournament, should I push all in on that horse?
No, but I will say, Frank, it will be it's a tough race. It's very wide open. I don't think there'll be any lock. I think it could be very well a separator race, the best separator race late in the card, I think. So I'm not saying he's a lock, but if he runs well, it could be I think it's a good race, and you should get a good price, and it'll definitely be one to look at, like exactas and tries and maybe small doubles in and out of that race. Simple as that. I've always said from day one, it's one of those horses, when he walks on the track, he looks all class. He's just had a lot of foot issues. The last race, he was given no favors. Phil has always wanted to route him, and his stats are pretty good. And this horse burns up the track in the mornings. And I think we got a great draw, the 4. Rispoli is going to learn his timing. We're going to hug the rail and come late, hopefully.
Ciaran is talking about race 7. He has a piece of number 4, Arrakis, in that race. So this isn't an experiment. This isn't hey, let's try him at 2 turns. Phil always thought he was a 2-turn horse, and the reason he's been sprinting him is because the horse came off a long layoff and ran fantastic in a turf sprint. So they you just keep him there. So he ended up winning, running well. We don't have to route him but now's the time to try, I guess. But you guys always believed that he was a 2-turn horse. And it makes sense. Bernardini on top, Pioneer of the Nile on the bottom.
That's what they said. He was originally bought to be a Derby horse, which means you thought the horse could go a mile plus. So
right. Yeah, I'm not worried about distance. The shocking thing to me is that he's good on turf because there's no turf breeding there that I can see.
Well, actually,
Maybe
I'll have to go back and look because they originally said, and a lot of those, I mean, this is what I've learned from the few that I've done. When Phil gets into a lot of these horses, it always seems like there's always, and I think we see Baffert doing it more as well. There's always, well, if it doesn't work out on dirt, we've got turf. And then it's also part of that thing when we've talked about the condition books, opening your condition books and you run the same, you can run back and forth in the conditions. And if you get a horse that can go back and forth on turf, you doubled your available pool of money without having to risk a horse. You can just milk all the pools dry, which is great,
I think it's the right thing to do at the right time. I haven't handicapped the race yet. I just scrolled through it. It looks like a pretty salty group, but that's to be expected. It's an upper level allowance. But
it's a lot of horses trying a lot of new things, and you never know which one is going to excel at the new things and which one's going to go, I don't want no part of this.
I have to think that as annoyed as you were with that last race, I guarantee you Arrakis got a lot out of it because he was coming off a long layoff and he was parked wide the whole time and he tried and then he just, was short and flattened out.
Yep.
That's like that is a good comeback tune-up race. And if you're telling me that he's a two-turn, a lot of people are going to be like, this horse has never routed before. He just lost. I think the horse is going to be ignored.
I think you'll get. I would not be surprised to see it 14 to 16 to 1. And if I was making the morning line on our horse, I think he should be 7 to 8 to 1. So you know what I mean? That's my fair assessment of the race. But I think in that race,
so in other words,
I think the favorite will be 7 to 2. I think the favorite will be 7 to 2. I don't think there'll be any sure thing in that one unless the robot's got information I don't know about.
Well, okay. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but you looked at the race. Who is the favorite? Or who would you make the favorite? Because it's pretty wide open group. Oh, the Mark Ladd.
I think it's the Mark Ladd. Let me look now.
Tough post. Anyway, let's root for Ciaran tomorrow. I'm going to keep rolling through the comments because I want to congratulate BBTB. Thanks for the 8. Hit the $3 pick 3 for 410 and a $25 double for 587. I think he should be hosting the show. Good. He took all the information here and his own handicapping and crushed it. Good for you, my friend.
Which is the whole point behind the show. Well, I mean, you guys make more money than we do all the time, but you're using the whole premise behind the show is information sharing, live wagering, information sharing, not handicapping. Week ago,
imagine that, a live wagering show,
and pumping up the pools. Like we all got knocked out because of the scratch, and what do? We came back and we fired on the trifecta, and we hit the exacta, and we hit it, and then we get a consolation bonus money to spend again tomorrow.
We were rewarded with $76. John Alwell had the double 4 times. Yes, 25. Good for you, man. That was a great call on the horse that we ignored because Ciaran and I fell in love. He was about the 1, I was about the 4. And the scratch messed everything up. But let's see. Jay, host is drinking a lot more. Because of Ciaran. There's a reason for that. Drink. Mike Whalen. All right. Oh, here, Kathmandu. We haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, geez, I'm not going to keep that comment down. I should read the comments before I put them up, huh?
Yes, you probably should, Frank. Yes.
I probably should. I'm just so excited when I see a new name in here. But anyway, Larry says that he will mess around with the hedgehog tool. Oh, my goodness. Horse bit racing. I know, guys, just trying to. Yeah, we already talked about this. We thought it was a very tough race. Our sneaky pick is Navajo Warrior.
Yeah, we both agree on that one.
Yeah, Navajo Warrior. I have 4 A's in that race, but I think it's an exciting and interesting race, but I don't have a strong opinion. Maybe, Frank, when you're up at 3 o'clock this morning, you can just clip out that first part of the show and throw it up on YouTube. Edit. Oh, you know what? You mean edit out the?
Yeah, just pull out the first 20 minutes when we talked about the Pacific Classic.
Okay, yeah,
just
that's
post
a
it on
that's a good
YouTube.
idea. I will do that after the show because I want to go to bed at a reasonable hour tonight.
So 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
No, 2 a.m. Every time I say 2 a.m., I end up going to bed at 4 a.m. But anyway,
Okay.
Chris Babcock, welcome, our 49er radio stat guy. Welcome, love having you, Chris. Whoever said play the 5 in race 7, that was John Allwell. Maybe some others too. Thanks. Pivoted, got 76 on the late pick 3. How about that? That was a conso. And then he hit the try as well. Yeah, any Pacific Classic talk, I'm going to edit out the show and put it up so you guys can rewatch it. And then Charlie, yeah, Arrakis 8-1, first piece 7-2. You really think Arrakis? I think people are going to ignore him.
I think he's going to be ignored. I'm saying I think my fair value price for me is, 7, 8-1. I think the lowest price horse will probably be 7-2, which tells you the race is pretty wide open. Everyone's trying something new in there, and you don't know what you're going to get when everyone's trying something new.
All right. Well, you want to tell the audience what's on tap for us?
Yeah, we've got Sunday. What time's the show? Probably 5 o'clock, I would assume, again, or 4. I haven't looked at the schedule, Frank. But Sunday is the next live show.
First off, shout out to Ciaran, the Road Warrior. He took time. He's in Saratoga at the elite level. He took time out of his busy schedule because he did not want to miss the DTL show. We did the special Friday show. We've been on a long time. Ciaran did it from Saratoga, at the track, at his hotel room. He did the walk and talk, did it all. So thank you for that. He's also getting up and taking the first flight out Sunday morning to be here for Sunday's show. I think there are 10 races on Sunday, so we will post.
Oh, so it will be 5 o'clock. Okay, it'll probably be like 5 o'clock then. Yeah, 5:30. So yeah.
Do you really want to know? Because I could look right now if you want.
Yeah, let them know.
Okay, so the next show will be Sunday the 23rd, Del Mar. Ooh, the Del Mar Derby race. There's only 9 races on Sunday. That's the 23rd, right? Yeah. All right, so 4:45 is race 6, so figure 4:50.
Okay.
5 o'clock, yeah, it's like 5 o'clock, but official show time will probably be 4:50 or 4:55, around there. We got the Del Mar Derby, 9 horses, a maiden 16, 11, and then a turf optional Calbred 20, 14 horses. So get out. It's a get out day, right?
Yep. On FYI, guys, on Sunday, because I'm up so early, I don't know if I'll have my handicapping done. So I'll put Frank's matrix up. My notes might be a little late on Sunday. They might not be up till like 1 o'clock San Diego time, depending on the Wi-Fi.
The only thing I would suggest about that, Ciaran, I mean, I think we'll give you a pass on that, but maybe when they're up, just do a quick email blast so everybody knows if you're able to. Because I don't want people to be like,
on the Wi-Fi.
Forget about it,
Yep.
Because believe it or not, people actually do use your picks. Rarely,
Really?
but they do.
I thought they used it in the bathroom when they ran out of toilet paper. That's what I've been hearing.
When they print out the California pick 4 sheet. After they get through all the Google ads.
Yeah. And if we can't make fun of ourselves, there's no point in doing it. We got to have some fun. Gamble and have fun and have some drinks. And we got a really good DTL crew. We got a bunch of degenerate gamblers with us, and we're growing the pools. We're not getting any attention from the media, but we're growing the pools, and that's all that matters. And look at today, Frank. We didn't think
now we know why.
We know
why, because all of the elite are playing by different rules.
Yep. But I mean, we got a consolation today, Frank. So we got bets. We got money to spend tomorrow. I like tomorrow's card. I must say, I was even talking to Larry today, and I liked today's card too. I told him I liked the late double. It sucked that the one scratch, but I like tomorrow's as well. And I think this is going to be one of those. Even if Knightsbridge, whatever it is, wins, the classic, I still think there's enough chaos wrapped around the other sides that we're looking at probably a pretty good payout tomorrow on the pick 3.
I mean, Knightsbridge is no lock. You know what I mean?
No, and
Like,
there's good prices.
You
like
brought it up from the jump. You either believe that number or you don't. And I've yet to talk to someone who believes that number.
A lot of people here were saying they thought it was a really bad race, and they were off that horse. But when I hear that so much, Frank, even though I'm off the horse, I'm like, oh crap! I guess I'm back on the horse. I'm going to single the horse on a ticket as my plan, but I'm also going to be doing tickets with Navajo and the other price horses, and I like the price horses and the leg before, so I might spend a little bit more now that we have extra money from our consolation on my pick threes. I'm probably going to do, I think I'm going to target maybe 4 pick 3 bets tomorrow, you know, trying to do different kinds of ticket construction because I think it's going to pay. That's my view.
All of our analysis for tomorrow's card will be on the site, markgelding.com. Ciaran sends emails out every day. If you're not getting them, check your spam or check your promotions folder or so whatever. Google has a bunch of different subfolders. Check everywhere because they come. And I think it's really funny to say because we do this together, but I read those emails every day and I learn something because, you know, I'm doing my stuff before the show. I'm doing it in a vacuum. You know, I look at your notes and I get an idea, but like when you put it all together and it's awesome. So if you're not reading
I've been trying to do the thing. It was like one of the take a screenshot was today's Frank and Ciaran agree on a leg until the live show, and they probably will change their bets because of it.
Well, we changed our bets, but we did have the 8. That was like that was the race where we had the same 3 horses. 5. It's too bad the 5 or the 6 couldn't run second because
that would have paid. Yeah. Oh well. Stay living. Onward we go.
DTL Crew, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the kind words. We're glad that you guys make money on the show with us. This is a gambling game. We want to grow the gambling part of the sport. Look, we got these player-friendly bets here at Del Mar, which have been fantastic for us and horse players. And I love that they're supporting it and they're supporting the show. Same thing back east, Ciaran. Naira has made a big bet on the horse player. If you guys don't know, they don't have these low takeout bets yet, but all of their wagers are CAW, I would say limited because they restrict what they can and cannot do at a certain time period. So they're about the horse player and the experience. They got the new Belmont. First of all, Saratoga's still cooking. We got a special Travers show Saturday next week, thanks to Adelphi Racing. They're sponsoring it. It's also Del Bar Handicap, right? Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going to be at the track all day at my hidden spot. So
how great is that?
I'm going to be here. Yeah.
Well, Ciaran,
they make it.
I don't know if you remember because you were so over the moon when Gold Phoenix won the Eddie Reed. We were doing. Oh no, we weren't doing a show, but Adelphi joined the chat.
Yes.
To experience the historic moment and congratulate you and Gold Phoenix. And I just thought that was the coolest thing because this partnership is unique. It's special to us. Matt Couture and his team do a wonderful job. And for him to reach out and sponsor this West Coast base show, but know that we have fans, you know, we have followers all over and connected to the East, it's just a special thing. So thank you, Matt. Thank you, Del Mar. Thank you, DTL Crew. I will edit out the first portion of the show and post it on our YouTube channel so you can watch our Pacific Classic late pick 3 analysis. I got $76 to spend. I might play some Australian racing. So,
there we go.
Scatoni out. Take us away, Ciaran.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you on Sunday. Oh, like and subscribe. We always forget, Frank.
Hey, last I looked, we have like 807. We're getting to the 1,000 mark, man.
Yep.
And then we might be able to put like Nivea facial cream ads on our shows.
Yes, I always wanted to use that too. I get paid to do it.
Our goal by the end of next year is to look like our avatars.
Yes.
Look how handsome you look there. You look very dignified.
Let's let him go. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Signing off, Mike Whalen. Double Trouble is the best show on earth. I love it. We love it. I'm Frank Ciaran. On behalf of my man Ciaran Thornton, we are Double Trouble. We'll see you on Sunday.
Where the turf meets the surf down at old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train, or your broke down car. Frank and Ciaran are broadcasting near and far, while Mark Gelding's drinking at the paddock bar. Oh, the low takeout pick 3 makes us look mighty smart, with the high minimum doubles that pull at our heart. Just get to the windows and bet the high stakes. We're risking it all for the profit it makes. Those low takeout rules keep our pockets well lined on the top wagering show that you ever will find. So cash in your ticket, let's take home the dough. Where the turf meets the surf, may your high prices flow.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to Double Trouble Live on YouTube. Get out, get up, get paid.